Ladies and gentlemen, can I welcome you to the beginning of rookie draft season? The NFL draft has concluded. Rounds 4, 5, 6, 7 were done today. And here we are. The draft finished, what, an hour ago? An hour ago,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're going to do a real rookie draft already? Sammy,
Yeah, we are.
we're making history right now. We've never seen
making
a live streamed real rookie draft this close to the draft actually finishing. I'm just excited to be a part of it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Zach, this is going to be an absolute blast. I am so pumped. I'm fired up to be here. I did wear black today. I noticed you did as well. We
Yeah,
are mourning
I'm coming up to
the
everybody's
2026
funeral.
class. We're mourning the class because
I'm not mourning the
everything
class.
sucks.
I'm mourning everyone's funeral in this rookie draft that I'm drafting against because they have no chance, obviously. But no, in a
okay.
very much more
I feel
serious
ya.
light. Yeah, I mean this class is not great, is it?
Yeah, absolute disaster. I was on the stream with the Fantasy Stock Exchange guys, Bush and Danny, for night 1 and night 2. Night 1, we were over the moon. We're like, Jadarian Price gets in the first round, Ty Simpson with a theoretically like a really good landing spot. Rookie drafts are saved. And then day 2 was
Day
just
2
like
was hell.
a very slow decline, getting madder and madder as the hours went on.
I think day
of
2 was the
just
worst
no
day
good landing
2
spots.
I've ever seen for
Of all time?
Dynasty rookie drafts.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
of
if
all
that's
time.
just
It was-
me, but
yeah.
like
No. I
even
think
the
you're
running back
absolutely
that
right.
we got, we're all I'm finding it
He
so
didn't
hard
go to
to
the combine.
like Kalen Black. I'm finding so hard to rank because I'm just I don't even know if I care. Like you're battling to maybe be the handcuff in San Francisco, but I no surprise, I went to X. I am a little bit of the old man waving my fist on the lawn, and I said, yeah, this really is the worst Dynasty rookie class of all time. Of all time.
It's terrible. It's
And
absolutely
I would
terrible.
stand by that. In rounds 4, we got some excitement early on with Jonah Coleman, but it's to the
Yes,
Broncos.
yes,
I do like this. I do like
I love it. I love
the
it.
spot. It's just I think Dobbins is a really good player, and I think Harvey is that satellite. Unfortunately, my guy Elijah Surratt. I mean, talk about worst case scenario. I
it's
wanted
not
to
good.
throw up when I saw this. Not only does he last till round 4, but he also lands with Lamar Jackson's Ravens. Like, that truly tore my heart in pieces. Mike Washington gets buried, in my opinion. I do like the Skylar Bell landing spot. In round 5, did we have anything crazy? I'm trying to remember. Justin Jolly, I'm not jolly about him lasting till round 5, but I am jolly about the landing spot.
Good landing spot.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like at least we can celebrate that. I do think Nicholas Singleton's a fun landing spot there in Tennessee. It's funny because I am frustrated
that as well, yeah.
at how high I have Nick Singleton in my rankings, and it's not because he's a good player.
Yeah.
It's because this class sucks. But
yeah.
there were definitely some fun moves. I think we almost saw undrafted free agent status for Eli Heidenreich, but he finally came off the board in round 7 to the Steelers, I believe. Yeah, so...
Yes,
but
to the Steelers, yeah.
I'll be honest, like, I was really shocked by the amount of players that I did not project to be UDFAs that ended up being UDFAs. Like Michael Trigg. I know he clearly had some, some deficiencies, but I was surprised
I think
to see
that
him.
was also a character thing with Michael Trigg.
Was it? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there were some concerns.
Jamari Taylor, I think, is a good player. I know Desmond Reed's undersized. Terrion Stewart, the dream is dead.
All these running backs, man.
So,
All these running backs.
I
Jaden
will
Ott
say,
not getting
like,
drafted.
There has never been an NFL draft since I started covering things where there have been more names where I said to myself, who the hell is that? Like, I learned
dude.
so many new names in this draft than any other draft before. Like, in other drafts, maybe there are 5 names that I've never heard of. In this draft, that list is probably like 20. I'm like, what is even going on? But
Zach, the wide receiver that the Jaguars took in the 6th round,
Dude.
C.J. Williams from Stanford, he was in the 600s on the consensus board.
literally have no idea who most of these people are. Yeah, C.J. Williams. The NFL site doesn't even have a photo for the guy.
Yep.
But guys, I appreciate y'all big time. We do have a real rookie draft today. It'll be the first real rookie draft that we host here on the channel. just so you guys know, we have 3 of these this week, by the way. Okay, 3 of these are happening this week. And then next week, there are 2 per week until basically mid-June. So if you are wanting to see real rookie drafts happen, you are in the right place. I appreciate y'all so much for hanging out with me. This is the Alpha League. This is the longest standing league in Land Dynasty leagues. I think it's either in year 5 or year 4. I don't know. But in honor of the Land Alpha League, we are going to do a giveaway today. Okay. And I am going to go hard for you guys on the giveaway. We're giving away a team playbook, okay? We're giving away the customized review of your Dynasty football team. I just thought on such a momentous day, we've got to go hard on the giveaway. So in order for you guys to enter, it's very simple. All you have to do, step 1, like today's stream. Step 2, type our code word, which is alpha. A couple little fun announcements before we jump into this draft. Number 1, my rookie teardown tool is officially out on the Flock Fantasy website. This is a tool that is best viewed on mobile, by the way. It was optimized for mobile, so definitely download it on your iPhone. But it'll show you how I would try to tear down from every single pick in the first round, outside like the 110, 111. So if you want to gain access to that, obviously anybody with the promo code LAND is going to have access to that rookie teardown tool that's available already on the website for you right here, right now. And I am also working on a really fun tool for rookie drafts in addition to this one, which I am trialing by myself tonight. And we'll see if I'm able to get it out to you guys in the next couple of days. But obviously, you guys know the deal. The best way to support the show, to get all these tools, get the brand new rankings, is by becoming a promo code LAND annual Mother Flocker member. One last little announcement before we jump into the rookie draft, okay? We have about 2 spots remaining. I believe it's 2 spots remaining in tonight's drawing for tomorrow's real draft. On tomorrow's stream, we will be live streaming a real Dynasty Startup Draft, real league, hosted by our land commissioners. And I can promise the next 2 brand new LAND, promo code LAND, annual Mother Flocker members, a spot in that league. So we will be doing that
Zach,
drawing.
I hate to cut you off. Isn't Bravo rookie draft tomorrow night?
Yes, I'm so sorry. You're right. So this is actually not tomorrow night, but the night after we're doing
Monday.
The Artemis League.
Monday.
Yes, sorry. Monday night, Sammy's so right. Monday night we will be doing the real Artemis League. It's a real startup draft available for you guys. So good catch, Sammy. But I've got 2 spots remaining. The first people who become brand new LAND annual Mother Flocker members and fill out the drawing, you DM me. It's first come, first serve. 2 spots left. But after we do the rookie draft, we will draw any remaining spots, if there are remaining spots, for this league. So, again, tomorrow night we'll have another real rookie draft like we have today. The night after that, the Artemis League is drafting. It'll be a startup draft. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I want to give a big shout out to everybody in the Alpha League draft. There's a couple house rules we have to go over. Okay, first things first. In a LAND rookie draft, we have a method of how we draft, okay? That method has been coined the LAND method. No surprise. What does LAND stand for? Well, in this context, it's not what it actually stands for as like the branding and the company, right? But the LAND draft method.
The LAND method or the channel?
Yeah, the LAND draft method, okay? L stands for live, okay? Clearly, we are dedicating 1 to 2 hours of uninterrupted, intentional time to create a real draft atmosphere. Slow drafts are convenient. Yes, they are convenient, but they are not as fun. Like, why did you fall in love with fantasy football? I fell in love with fantasy football because I remember all the memories growing up where I went with my friends in a location and we drafted and we spent intentional time together and there was hype and there was atmosphere. Okay, so we do like the live, not the slow, but there's no wrong way to do it. This is how we do it. You can adopt it if you want. Plenty of people have. A stands for action, okay? Every owner gets 1 trade window during the draft. Now, you have to be on the clock to call your trade window, but when you do, the draft pauses, a 5-minute timer begins, and then people can bid on your rookie pick. So absolute chaos then ensues. N stands for negotiation. The trade window puts you in the spotlight, okay? The whole league is now competing for your attention, okay? Everybody's sending you trade offers if they're interested in the pick that you've put up on the block, creating a bidding war unlike any other time in the entire season. Think about this. There is never a moment for the next 365 days, if you do a land method league rookie draft, right, where you will have more people's attention for a single asset that they can trade for than that moment when you're on the clock, okay? Then obviously, D, we're drafting, you make your pick. There's no wrong way to do it, but this is a land method. This is what we're going to be using for today's rookie draft. And obviously, the last thing we have to mention, and specifically I will say this to Sammy, okay? Because Sammy is a serial cinnamon killer. But Code Cinnamon is in play here. Code Cinnamon basically means, hey, if a rookie hasn't been drafted, do your best not to highlight them. No, like imagine I'm at the 112 and there's a player I really want and the 111's on the clock and everybody's in the chat saying, oh, you have to draft this player. You have to draft this player. It's just nobody likes that guy, right? So... Yeah. And look, I would say in this format specifically, when we are drafting, the day of the NFL draft ending, and these ADPs on Sleeper are going to be all over the place. Oh yeah, right. It's a wild west out here for Alpha League. We're going to be these 12 managers are going to be scrolling down the Sleeper list to find the guy they want, and we don't want anybody to be influenced by what's happening in the chat or what's coming out of my mouth. So I will. I'm going to be good tonight. I've made a pact. I've made a pact with myself. I'm going to be a good boy. And you're not gonna hear any cinnamon from me. Sam's gonna be a good boy for us. That sounds so weird and deviant. But guys, we appreciate you big time for being here. Again, one last time, want to let you guys know that you can enter today's giveaway. We are giving away a live team playbook, customized review of your dynasty team. Very simple way to enter. Step one is simply to like today's stream. We're making history today. We've never done a real rookie draft this early. And step two is to type our code word for today, which is Alpha, in honor of the Alpha rookie draft. I appreciate y'all being here, making some history. Okay, why don't we go ahead and click that start button, Sammy? Here we go. Let's kick her off, man. One thing I do need to do is change this to 1.5 minutes on the clock rather than 3 minutes. For the rookie draft. Okay, here we go. And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Janowski is on the board at the 101. And I will tell you something. I tried to aggressively trade for the 101 earlier today, Sammy. I actually put it straight to the league. And I asked our league in the chat, I said, hey guys, would you rather have CeeDee Lamb or the 101? Would you rather have Justin Jefferson or the 101? And the chat was split. So then I sent Ryan a trade, and I basically sent him straight up, do you want CeeDee Lamb for the 101? Now, he declined it, which is fair enough. He said kick rocks. Yeah, he said kick rocks. But, looking at my team in this league, I don't know if you guys have noticed, someone is at the end of the board. Does that mean anything for the previous year, Sammy? Like when someone's, I think it's random, when they're at the 112, like how does that work? Does that mean anything? Yeah, with the least humble way to say it, I am your reigning champion here in Alpha. That's right. We won the championship last year. But I look at my team, I could afford to lose a CeeDee Lamb. I clearly need a better RB2. Right now, we've got Lamar, Kyron, Stevenson, CeeDee, Jefferson, Kittle, Ortonges, JSN, Ladd McConkey, Chris Olave, Trevor Lawrence. On our bench, we've got a bunch of terrible running backs to kind of fit in there, like Kyle Monangai, Tony Pollard. We've got AJ Brown on the bench. So I'm curious to see what I can get done here at the 112. But yeah, we'll have to kind of wait and see as Jeremiah Love comes off the board. No surprise there. I think we were all anticipating him being the #1 overall pick. What do you think? I tuned in a tiny bit for your stream after night one, but obviously it was really late over here, so I ended up going to bed. What are your thoughts on the Cardinals landing spot? Yeah, as Jeremiah Love comes off the board, I think it's okay for us to now discuss him. So that's fair. Yes, of course. This tool that I've got is working, Sammy. Oh, this tool is going to be so sick. I think I'm going to try and release it for you guys tomorrow. I'm kind of like beta
Give everybody
testing it right now.
give everybody a leg up in the Bravo League.
Yeah. But look, the landing spot for Jeremiah Love, I actually went out and I've updated my projections for the majority of the rookies that I think will matter. And I did tweet this out. This is my projections for him in year number 1 as a Cardinal. I'm projecting a lower amount of carries than some people might project, as our trade window has been called. So let me go ahead and pause the clock. I want everybody to know, if you trade for this pick, you need to have your queue set, guys, because what will happen is there's 19 seconds on the clock. When Dutchy makes a trade with you, instantly that will be the time that you have left. But with that being said, let's go ahead and start this timer. He gets 5 minutes on the clock, and everybody in the league can now send him a trade offer for the 102. There will never be a time this year where Dutchy has everyone's attention like he has it right here, right now. So if you want to trade up to the 102, then this is the time to do so. In fact, you know what, Dutchy? You know what?
Give it a shot.
You know what? I'll shoot my shot. I'll send you something. Someone offered me this in a different league, and I thought, hey, I wonder if there are other people out there in the world that are open to a trade like this. So, Dutchy, I'm going to shoot my shot. I have no qualms at all if you turn this down. But you know what? Shoot or shoot. Shoot or shoot. So offers in your inbox, my friend. But yes, I do project him to have a lower amount of carries than maybe the average person. That's just because I do believe Tyler Algier is going to be annoying on the ground. In the red zone, on the goal line, I do believe he'll be annoying. But what Jeremiah Love is able to give the Cardinals through the air, who will be a better team, but still will be, one of those teams who are probably down in a lot of games. He's just going to be an absolute weapon through the air. I've got him projected for 58 receptions, over 500 receiving yards as a rookie. That's my projections. I'm curious to hear what you think, but currently right around right under 16 points per game as a rookie, which would be actually higher than what Bijan did as a rookie. So maybe I'm a little too aggressive there.
No, I think that you're very fair with what you've laid out there. I think this or the Titans would have been, or the Giants even. Sort of like, I was really hoping he would fall to 7 and the Commanders would get him. I would have been really, really excited about that, and he would have been. I probably would have ranked him above Ashton Genty, honestly, if that was the case. In this situation, he's obviously still a 101, no doubt, but I do think that we should temper some expectations. The Cardinals, like last year, couldn't run the ball at all. Now they should be able to much better. Yeah. But this offense still shouldn't be great. Like, Jacoby Brissett is not, he was great for fantasy last year because he was throwing it 40 times a game.
I almost committed cinnamon there. I was going to say, you don't like, and then I was like, oh, wait, no, I can't do that.
Ooh.
But
good work.
No, I think the offense will be better, though. Actually, I don't know how. I don't know how it can be better. I think the run game will be better. That's what I should say. The run game will be better. I don't know how the offense can be better, but the run game will be better.
Everybody was hurt, right? James Conner, Trey Benson both went down. They're running with, Michael Carter, Bam Knight, DeMarcado. So I don't think it's best case scenario by any means, but he's obviously the 101, and I think that he's solidified top 5 dynasty running back right out the gate.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if Dutchy has any interest. It never feels good when you send an offer and then there's no reply, But also, like, right now, when you're using the land method, you should expect that if someone doesn't like your offer, because they have 5 minutes and they're looking at all the offers, and there's a good chance you're being outbid. You know what I mean? Which is why it's so fun for you to call the window yourself, because all the attention's on your pick. You know what I mean?
It's an absolute blast. I'm pumped for tomorrow. I have the 105 in tomorrow's draft. It's gonna be a ton of fun.
I don't think I have any important picks in tomorrow's Bravo draft. Let me see though. I could be wrong. What do I have? Do I have anything? I have the 111, 301, 411. Again, I'm just
good picks. You should get a really good
team,
player you should get a really good player at the 301.
Yeah. I will say, this will sound weird. Obviously, I prefer to be at the back end of the board because it means I'm competitive, but it does make rookie draft season harder because in a class like this, you're like, oof, okay, what will I get there? Um,
So we got just under a minute left here on the trade window.
did Styles get a new YouTube account? Let me know, Styles, because we did have you as a moderator here. What's up, D Macy in the building? Good to see you guys. What's up? I know we had a lot to talk about there earlier, so I apologize I didn't say hello to everybody, but welcome in. I appreciate y'all being here, man.
Styles did get a new account. Heck yeah.
Did he? Yeah.
He did, yeah. Styles Clash, there he is.
Okay.
It's him, the man, the myth, the legend.
We're gonna have to make him a moderator again. Okay, this countdown is at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've now got to put Dutchy right back on the clock. He's got 15 seconds to make a pick, and if someone trades for the pick, auto picks will not be undone. You have got to have your queue set up, guys. If someone actually trades for this pick, let me just set my queue in case he last second accepts it. It looks like he's going to have to make a pick here, so he is selecting Carnell Tate. No surprise. I think we all anticipated that being the case.
Yeah, I think we can talk more about how you might order this top of the board once we get some more guys coming off of it. Tyson there off at the 103.
Yep.
But
by the way, TD was ready with it, man. TD was ready.
TD was ready.
He was like, I'm ready to make that pick. By the way, shout out to TD Vulture, man. I mean,
yeah,
what
goat,
an awesome supporter. Last year at the meetup in Austin, Texas, when we filmed the Flock League, he brought like every creator their favorite trading cards, basically. Like I brought me a Jaden Daniels trading card. I actually have it set up like on my little desk drawer right here. But yeah, absolutely incredible member of the community. I appreciate you big time, TD. Let's get some shout out to TDs in the chat. Well,
WTD in the chat.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard it.
Absolute legend.
I heard what I said there, but
let's get some TDs in the chat.
Yeah, get some shout out to TDs in the chat. We all love TDs, right?
I love TD Vultures.
Okay, how do you feel about Carnell Tate to the Titans? We've got a trade window here. We've got a trade window for SD Perk. So I am going to go ahead and begin that trade window for him. And that has begun. So you can now trade for his pick. I'm just thinking, I shouldn't offer.
Yeah, here, Zach, while you ponder that, I like the Carnell Tate to the Titans fit. I really do. I think it helps Cam a ton. It was an absolute shock to me. I did not think this was possible at all, especially with Arvell Reese still on the board. I did not think this was in play. For the Titans, everything we heard, like the beat reporters, even the national guys, nobody was on Carnell Tate to the Titans. So I was shocked, and I'm happy. I don't know if he goes number 4 in every draft, right? But that doesn't mean he can't be good, right? And if he was worth, the 12th or 15th overall pick in a different draft, and we got him at 4, whatever, right? I just want him to help Cam and play well. And Ohio State wide receiver, it's a pretty damn good hit rate. Obviously, there's a ton of target opportunity in this offense. Wan'Dale Robinson being the only certified, solidified NFL wide receiver in this room. So I'm really excited about Carnell Tate. I think it'll make the Titans more fun to watch on Sunday. And as a fan, that's a big deal for me.
Yeah. Part of the rookie report, which I'm hoping will either be out tomorrow or the next day, guys, on the Flock site. But part of that rookie report, which will be updated here again very soon, like I mentioned, we'll have updated rankings, right? That's got all the historical hit rates information that you could want from draft capital perspective, rookie ADP perspective. But something new that I'm going to add this year is projections for the rookie class. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. I'm not about to come out here and project freaking like all these tight end 3, 4, 5s on these NFL rosters. Like, I'm just going to keep it real with you. CJ Williams is not going to be in my projections. I'll be honest. I still don't know who CJ Williams is. Okay.
No idea who this guy. They don't know what team he plays for.
But
the NFL website does not know what team CJ Williams plays for.
But all the relevant players in year one, I will have projections for. So definitely check that out very soon. Shout out to Kate. She's killing the game here with the design. A trade has been completed, and it's not me.
Let's do it.
I'm not at all surprised it's not me because I did not give a very good offer.
You lowballed them, didn't you?
I definitely lowballed him. I just gone through everything
Zach,
that I had at it.
Apparently, sound's gone.
Is sound gone?
That's what everybody's saying. I can hear you. D Macy in the chat, Mike in the chat.
I hear
Chasing
sound
Breaker
on my
said he has it, and Styles has it.
Okay.
Okay, a refresh fixed it apparently.
Sorry, a lot of everybody refresh if you can't hear, and maybe some people. You know what? That doesn't make sense. I just said everybody refresh if you can't hear, and yet no one would hear that if they couldn't hear.
Just do the symbol.
Let's just put it there so people can see. Wow, back-to-back picks off the board. Jadarian Price at the 104.
Wow.
Then Makai Lemon at the 105. Wow. Fernando Mendoza at the 106. So Dutchy starts his draft with Tate and Mendoza. That's an awesome haul for him. TD gets Jordan Tyson. Shanderson trades up, and we need to show you this trade here.
Yeah, we got to see what the trade was.
Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. What was the trade that just went down? So it looks like the 105, it was basically one spot back, okay? So Perk moved back one spot. He got the 205 in this class, and it looks like Perk was probably targeting Lemon anyway. So that ended up working out really well for him. And man, this tool, I'm beta using a tool I'm going to release for you guys soon, and it is working to perfection right now. I can't wait for you guys to see this. I think this will be a real game changer for your rookie drafts. I'll probably release this for land annual Mother Flocker members here in the next couple of days. So if you got rookie drafts upcoming, boy. By
the way, Zach,
yeah,
does this league have a tight end premium?
This league is no tight end premium. No tight end premium.
Classic. You're classic.
Yeah.
They don't get no free points given out in this league.
Nope, no free smoke.
Yeah,
Ryan,
so I
on
think
the clock here, by the way.
Zach, you know what's funny? For a long time, you and I, all off season, we've discussed the class, and we've talked about the tier at the top of 5.
Yeah.
And I think a lot with the 106. I said for a long time, I was like, I think somebody's gonna make themselves known.
Yeah.
As the 106, right. and it does. I mean, I was wrong about having any optimism about anything else, but I was right that there would be one player.
Yeah.
Who surprised us and pushed up, and yeah, I think that for a lot of people, Price will be firmly in this tier at the top.
It's weird because I said this on yesterday's stream, but y'all know I am okay. It's not a surprise that I'm the angry man on the porch yelling at X users. Okay, but I just think like X is really like a toxic place.
It's very difficult to have a intelligent and
X is very toxic. There's a lot of big accounts who have the wrong intentions, who are just trying to gain followers rather than give good information. Anyway, all my X was filled with in the last 48 hours is everybody's going to overdraft Jadarian Price. I'm sorry, in this class, are you really telling me that's possible? What do you mean overdraft? Like, I'm seeing people say like, oh, maybe I'll take him at the 107. I'm like, what do you mean maybe? Who the hell else are you taking at the 107?
Yeah.
I'm just like shocked sometimes. I'm like, what are people talking
I don't get
about?
it either. I think I said this last night as well. It seems to me like people had a strong take of like Jadarian Price is not a good prospect, and they just want to ignore the fact that he was a first round pick. They just want to ignore it, and they're going to say, I'm going to ignore draft capital. I'm only going to look at my priors and the fact that his production profile stinks.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to draft him. Zach, I was seeing some crazy stuff. I saw a poll. Somebody asked Jadarian Price or Josh Jacobs, and Jacobs had like 60%, and it was like 150 votes. And I was like, what are we doing? This is insane. Like, I don't think you can ignore it. And look, he is firmly my 106. And I don't have him in a tier with the rest of them. I have him in a tier on his own at the 6th overall pick.
He's at your 106. Is that what you said?
He's my 106, and he's in a tier by himself.
Okay.
I personally would not in any circumstance take him over any of the 3 wide receivers or Mendoza, and that's why I can't have him in the same tier as them. I completely get anybody who wants to do that.
Okay.
but there's also nobody else in the tier with him at the 6th overall pick.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just firm there. I'm worried a little bit about it being risky. The Seahawks are the same team that drafted Rashad Penny.
Yep.
So I don't think it's
I think that's just, without being disrespectful, I think that's a silly reason not to draft Rashad White or Jadarian Price. Sorry.
A silly reason to not draft him 100%.
I say that because this idea that Rashad Penny was a bad pick completely ignores the fact that he suffered multiple serious injuries. If you ever got a chance to watch healthy Rashad Penny, I mean, that guy was a very good player. You know what I mean? Like, he was a very talented player. When he was healthy and ready to go, I think people way underestimate how good he was. We've got a trade window here for Mills. Sorry, I just want to jump in there. I'm not saying you're like, the culprit here. I'm just saying like this, because I've heard it all around Jadarian Price in the last 40 hours. I really have. Like, and I just think that's a little silly to me, because that a healthy Rashad Penny could have easily had 6,000 career yards, in my opinion.
Sure. I just think at the time, like, I even think at the time it was a bit of a surprise that he went in the first round.
Sure.
And like I said, like, I have Jadarian Price at the 106. I'm not one of these people that's, taking him behind KC or Cooper or whatever it is, right? I just think that there is a lot more variance there than I expect with the top 3 wide receivers and Fernando Mendoza. So yeah, I'm happy with him at the 106, and in all of my 106 bags, I'm very happy that I kept them. But I mean, the rest of this draft, like, it's just.
No, I think like there's never, and I know we're not at that point of the draft yet, but there's never been a bigger get your guy class in the second round onwards. Like,
oh yeah,
I don't want to like spoil anything, but I don't want to spoil anything. All I'm saying is like the players that are drafted in certain rounds, I typically would never even consider, but it really is a get your guy, contextualize their situations. They all have terrible hit rates. It's very unlikely they ever become relevant in the second, third round of this year's class.
Somebody's got to make these picks. Look, you can't.
Yeah, exactly.
There are 12 teams in every league, and somebody's got to make every pick. So,
yeah,
it's rough out here, man. It really is. Like, it couldn't have gone much worse. Genuinely,
no,
like
not in day 2. Day 2 was so bad.
3 running backs before I was begging by the end. Like, I don't even like Mike Washington or Emma Johnson. By the end of day 2, I was begging for them to get drafted to a good landing spot. Same. I was like, anything, give me something.
That's literally me. I 100% agree.
And it
is code sentiment, though, by the way.
Okay, well.
No, that's strike 1. Someone keep track, please. Someone keep track. We have to uphold the law. If we don't uphold the law, Sammy, what happens? What fills the gap? Chaos. Okay? All right? So.
I said I was going to be good.
You said you were going to be a good boy. Guys, I appreciate you. We've got a trade window happening right now. So right now the 111 is being shopped to the entire league. But
I imagine every team wants it.
This is a great opportunity to let you know that if you haven't entered today's giveaway, it is a great time to do so. I'm giving away a live team playbook, a customized review from myself to you. If you want to enter, all you have to do, step 1 is like the stream. Like the stream. Step 2, very simple. Enter today's code word, and the code word is alpha. Okay, alpha is the code word for today's stream. That is in honor of the Alpha Draft, which we are currently drafting in. This is our longest standing land league. It's been around for I think 5 years now, if I'm not mistaken. And I am your reigning champ, and I'm not afraid to flex. I'll flex. I'll do it. People who are watching the channel are like, yeah, I know you're not afraid to flex, Zach. We know very well. Okay.
You bragging? Never.
Me bragging? No way.
I'm just glad. Zach, can you continue to bring up the promo code, because it just clears the chat of everybody throwing tomatoes at me every time.
Yes, we can bring it up for sure. This is also a great time to let you guys know that not tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we will be doing another real rookie draft just like today, so make sure you got notifications on. Make sure you're subscribed. But the day after, Monday night, we have a real startup draft that you guys can be a part of, okay? Over at landleagues.com. If you have never played in a league that matters, let me tell you something. This is the place for you. This is the one-stop shop for you, okay? We've got paid commissioners, leagues that are going to last that you can invest your time and effort into, and this is an exclusive perk for all of our promo code LAND annual Mother Flocker members. So if you're out there and you've been wanting to support, this is a great time to do so. Guys, right now I have 2 spots remaining. 2 spots remaining in the Artemis League, which drafts on Monday. Every Monday there's a brand new league though. I can guarantee the first 2 people to sign up tonight to become brand new annual Mother Flocker members with the code LAND. You have to use code LAND. We'll get into this league. Obviously, on top of that, you get the live team playbook, customized review of your team. You get the War Room, a game plan for your rookie draft. You get the trade hotline with the 6 vouchers, the rookie report, the tear down tool, another tool I'm going to release here very soon. So definitely check that out in the pinned comment if you want to show some support to the show, but also to get some awesome perks in return. So it looks like we did not have a trade go down there for Mills. And Mills
did his best, but it didn't happen.
I gotta be honest, not surprised. My experience,
I personally am shocked that nobody wanted the 111.
My experience, Mills, is people really don't. I said this after day one. After day one, I said, look, there is nothing that can happen where the 111 and the 112 are going to drastically improve their value. And everyone was like, well,
no.
What if this and that? I'm just like, I don't think so. And day 2 was even worse than I thought it could be. The 111, the 112, I am comfortable to say, wow, as dribbling comes off the board. I'm comfortable to say, Sammy, that this is the worst 111, 112 I've ever seen in a rookie draft. And I'm sitting at the 112, okay? So
it's really bad. It's really bad. I'm very curious to see who you take here.
I am going to call my trade window, okay? Because I don't know who to draft. Actually, I do know who to draft. I know who I'm going to take here. But I would like to hear from you guys in my league. I'm specifically talking to the guys in my league. Send me an offer for the 112. I'm fielding all offers. I would like a startable running back if possible.
Guys, lowball should give him. Oh, he likes. Can I cinnamon on players not in rookie drafts?
Yeah, of course.
Zach really likes J.K. Dobbins. You should send him J.K. Dobbins.
Here's what's crazy, Sammy, is like that is not the craziest thing in this class. Like that sounds
that wouldn't
absurd,
be insulting.
But
that wouldn't be insulting.
I'm not going to accept that trade, but like it's with the player that's available on the board. But that's not an insane thing to suggest. I think I know what I'm going to do here. I'm not only going to draft a player, but I'm going to accept a trade that I've been negotiating with someone on the back end with. So I might have 2 players join my team here in the next 5 minutes, but I just wanted to shop around the pick, and see what offers are out there. And maybe there's nothing. Don't send me, your second for next year. I know it's not a crazy offer, but I'd rather make a pick right now. There's a player on the board that I actually really like, but I just want to see what might come in. Okay, I got a trade offer. I've got 2 trade offers.
Wow. Are they any good?
No.
No, they're not any good. But Zach, you know what else isn't good? The 112.
You're not wrong.
It really is. It really is rough out here, man.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Oh, jeez.
Guys, the cinnamon in the chat is just, it's just on another level right now. Zach, we got a super chat with a bunch of cinnamon in it.
Is it?
So, yeah, there's a super chat and it's filled with cinnamon. We will definitely get to that, Walter Rose.
Yes, we will later.
We might just have to wait until the players we're talking about are off the board.
Honestly, the player that's available fits a need that I have. It's my top ranked player. I am honestly surprised though, because I didn't expect there's a group I have here. Okay, the 111 to the 201 is a tier for me, and I didn't expect to have all three of those options available.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a tough one on your hands here.
Very clearly, like a trade is not going to go down for the pick. Okay. However, there are going to be two trades that are about to go down. Okay. I am your defending champ. Okay.
Excited.
So not two trades that are going to go down, but a trade and a selection. So I did just accept a trade. I've been negotiating with Ryan, who owns the 101 here. I am your reigning champion. I want a better RB2 than Ramondre Stevenson. So instead of patchworking it with Tony Pollard and Ramondre Stevenson and Kyle Monangai, I went ahead and I did trade my 27 first-round pick for Bucky Irving. Welcome to the squad, Bucky Irving. You are now my RB2. And I pray to God you stay healthy this year. And now on the clock, I am going to go ahead
Surely this
and
can't go poorly.
Draft. Yeah, no way this goes poorly, right? From the Flockley we've seen. Like this is a
Bucky Irving.
This is a panic-proof, a pain-proof pick right there. Selection. Okay, so we do add Bucky Irving. And with the 111, I am going to add Eli Stowers. We're going to draft Eli Stowers here. Eli Stowers is currently ranked as my 111. So I would have taken him at the 111 personally, but I will take him there at the 112. Understanding that, we are going to have to wait some time here in order for Eli to be a reliable option. SD Perk, unfortunately, the clock started. Yeah, okay, there we go. I was going to say Sleeper was bugging. It only gave him like 30 seconds, but when I look at my squad now, you guys can probably understand why I'm making this move. Let me know. Are these some good moves or some bad moves? I would love to hear from you guys. But what we've done here is we've put Bucky Irving at our RB2. At tight end, we have George Kittle and Jake Tonjes. But we are also drafting Eli Stowers and hoping that if we get one more year of good George Kittle, Stowers can be the guy for Philadelphia after this year when Dallas Goedert leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and make those two moves here. I feel pretty confident about it. I feel pretty good about it. And ready to go win another championship. I don't personally care about having the youngest team. I don't care about having the most draft picks. I care about winning the league. That's what I'm trying to do. And you see I did that this year. I want to do that again. Not only in 2026, but in 27 and 28. I want to keep making money. I want to keep winning leagues. I want to keep adding to the trophy case. So that's what I'm going to do.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm a big Bucky guy. On a contender, yeah, you're 27 first. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I really like Stowers. I think that he could even do a little bit this year. Goddard, it was a lot of touchdowns in 2025. He'll obviously be on the field, but they don't really play the same position. I'm not expecting Stowers to play in line whatsoever.
Right.
It is a little weird because I think that him and
blocker.
Makai Lemon, I mean, if you're drafting him to ask him to block, Howie Roseman doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be on the line of scrimmage, at least the way that he is currently built, or his current skill set. Maybe he develops that, maybe not.
Yeah.
It is a little frustrating that him and Lemon seem to be a little, redundant, and just in the sense that they work in a similar area of the field. I don't know.
Agree.
I saw it. What if Stowers is the X on this team? Is that the craziest thing in the entire world?
I don't think it's crazy. I think he's a very, very talented receiver, and you only add him to your team if you think he can help you in that fashion. So I don't think it's insane to say.
I think you could see a lot of 12 personnel here if we're calling Stowers a tight end, where you have Lemon, Devonta Smith, Stowers, and Goddard all on the field together.
Yeah.
And one thing I'm going to try and do this year, Zach, I think, is I'm going to try and trust good organizations who historically make good decisions.
Yeah. I think that's smart.
And Stowers falls into that.
SD Perk, I'm going to send you a quick little trade here, okay? I'll send you a quick little something.
We have Denzel Boston coming off the board at the 201 to SD Perkins, who is now on the clock.
I just sent you a little something, SD.
Chris Bell at the 202, and Drew Aller, new Pittsburgh Steeler, goes to TD Vultures at the 2. Zach, honestly, I have a better shot at winning the lottery than predicting how this second round is going to go tonight.
I know how it'll go for me.
There's just no possible. Like, you can do whatever. Like, if you told me Drew Aller went at the 212, okay, I believe you. If you told me he went at the 203 like he did here, yeah, makes sense. It's just going to be personal preference. And I mean, look, like, we've talked about it and I've been stewing with it over the past few days. The Scribbles is exactly right. There's no consensus this year. The fact that a third round quarterback who isn't guaranteed to start in year one is the 203 might be the most depressing thing I have ever seen.
I gotta be honest. I think that's such a value from SD Perk.
That is an incredible value on Jonah Coleman. He might be my 111, Zach.
Yeah.
I haven't fully put my rankings together yet. I haven't fully put my rankings together yet, but it's him or Stowers is my 111.
Tight end premium, I think you have to go Stowers. But I have Coleman in that same tier with, for me, the 111 to the 201 tier is Stowers, Coleman, Boston. And
yeah, I like it.
I don't really think that we will see Coleman get a big role this year if Dobbins stays healthy. But if Dobbins goes down, I mean, Coleman could.
I tweeted
Harvey has not been impressive enough to say that he's going to, get that workhorse usage anymore.
I also just don't think that Sean Payton drafted him with that in mind at all. And I think that the Jonah Coleman pick kind of, I mean RJ Harvey when I say that, I think the Jonah Coleman pick kind of like solidifies that for me. Like yeah. Zach made a trade.
Let's go,
Zach now has the
baby!
206.
Let's go! Welcome home, kid! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the 206.
I know who you're drafting.
We just made a trade with SD Perk. We get the 206. We send him the 212 and the 312. This will be my last pick of the Alpha Draft, unless I get a little frisky later on. I say, I want to get in there and have some fun. Okay. This is going to be my last pick. And ladies and gentlemen, this one is so close to my heart because I am about to draft a my guy, my 14th ranked player in the class. A my guy, someone that I think this team desperately needed when they drafted. He has a potential to be a starting receiver. Probably just out of the slot. I will admit it. It's probably just out of the slot. But we're going to welcome home our my guy, okay? Antonio Williams. Welcome to the squad, kid! Bang! From downtown. I'm feeling hyped about that one.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, look, SD Perkins might get somebody the 212 that he likes as much as Antonio Williams.
No, 100% he might.
Exactly, right? And that's your guy, so go up and get your guy. I like Antonio Williams a lot. I think that he's sneaky. I do think that he can play outside. I don't think that he's going to be just this slot-only type of wide receiver. I do think that he's big enough to play outside. I think he can do it. That Washington obviously has a need, right? We don't know what's going to happen with Brandon Ayuk. It seems like if he goes anywhere, it will be Washington.
Yeah.
But the fact that it didn't happen yet makes me seem that they don't really want to do it that badly.
I think it's more a reflection that the Niners want to punish Ayuk. I still think he will be in Washington by week one, but I think the Niners want to punish Ayuk. But I just think Antonio Williams is a special player. Like, if you go look at our rookie report, I don't think I actually have a write-up of him yet. It will come in the next version of the rookie report that releases will be out soon, and I'll have a write-up of him. But I think he's got this potential to be a real steal in a class like this. Round 3 hit rates are terrible. The most likely outcome, let me be clear, I just clapped, and I was just very excited. But the most likely outcome for a player with his draft capital is that they're a nothing burger. But with that in mind, I really loved the player. I loved the film. I loved watching Antonio Williams. He was so fun to watch run these routes. And here's my written summary. You ready for this? This will be in the next version of the draft guide. Okay. I said, I'm going to be higher in Antonio Williams than most. His route running, so fun to watch. Quick, decisive cuts, great footwork at the line of scrimmage, quick releases, high IQ manipulation versus zone, which is really what, as a slot guy, you know, it's going to work inside, outside. I agree with you, but like to have that zone threat for Jaden Daniels, that's not exactly what you're asking Terry McLaurin to do consistently. And I wrote, look, in my opinion, the conviction plant, the guy who can plant his foot and then break to the stems of his route, there's not a better player in this class at that. Literally any player. I would include anyone at the top of the board there at the conviction plant. I'm not saying he's the best route runner. I see a ton of Josh Downs to his game. Clearly, he's probably...
Very.
Like there's a real potential that he's not in there on 2 wide receiver sets, although I think it's possible that he could be. But in saying that, the unrealistic comp, like the true ceiling that he probably will never really accomplish, Julian Edelman. I just think this guy's a dog. I think he's got some real dog to his game. Again, what is the percentage chance that he becomes Julian Edelman? 0.00001%. Okay? But I think at minimum you're probably getting like what Josh Downs is giving the Colts in Indianapolis. So
which is not much, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I like it a lot. Who else we have? We had Jeremy Bernard just before that.
Yep.
At the 205. We have Carson Beck, Cardinals quarterback at the 207. Him and Aller are both interesting. I think that this is obviously the range for them in the second round here. I think that Beck probably has, at this point in time, Beck has a higher chance of playing in 2026 than Aller does, but I like Aller more as a prospect.
I think that's true.
And I think it's tough. It's a weird one. I just don't think Beck's very good.
I don't really think any of them are very good.
I just think Aller has a ceiling outcome where he is, like a
yes.
I don't know.
His ceiling is higher.
Of course, yeah, he's got all the tools. It's just, can he put it all together? I think sitting behind Aaron Rodgers might be best case scenario if Rodgers is willing to,
but you
mentor
also get
the kid
into
a
the
little
range
bit. Who
where
knows?
there's some serious potential that you're an afterthought. Like if Rodgers plays this year is what I'm trying to say. And let's say they win 8 games. There's some real potential that
The
you're an
Steelers
afterthought
winning
as
8
they go
games?
into another draft. Well,
Yeah,
it's no longer Mike Tomlin, right?
that's true. That's true. They could definitely win less than that.
Yeah.
So, Mike Washington at the 208. I think that, the fact that he falls to... Did he go in the 4th or the 5th? Was he a 4th round
Mike
pick?
Washington, let me tell you, was not going to... He wouldn't have been the highest player for me there. Malachi
4th round
Fields
pick.
would have been.
122.
Yeah,
so,
to the Raiders. I just don't
so
see
I
a
think
scenario.
that-
I don't see the upside. I've got Mike as my 32nd ranked player. I can't see a scenario
Yeah, I'm going to be about that.
where he's anything more than a handcuff. I think you're basically drafting Isaac Orendo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I didn't think he was a very good prospect, but he ran the 4.33. He's change of pace, he's a good athlete, but this is Ashton Genty's backfield. I don't think that Mike Washington is going to have much of a role. Obviously, like any handcuff, if the guy in front of him gets injured, he'll be serviceable. But yeah, a little earlier than I would have taken him. But obviously, you can do whatever you want in the second round here. Ted Hurst to Tampa Bay at the 209. He was a 3rd round pick. Max Clare off the board at the 210. That's a weird one. I was excited for Max Clare. And then landing with the Rams, the year after they take Terrence Ferguson, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Sorry, I agree with you. I was just messaging someone, a customer on the back end, but I agree with you.
You're good.
Max Clare is a player I really liked. I mean, it's not a surprise. You guys know that coming into this draft, I was a big Max Clare fan. Happy to see him go round 2. I just thought, man,
the draft capital's good. It's just the Rams.
Do we need another tight end in Los Angeles? And, going and projecting Max Clare, it's another guy where you got to have really low expectations for him in year 1. I mean, you go and look, Terrence Ferguson, I think was a better prospect, and he had under 30 targets as a rookie. So
but look, you're going to have 4, genuinely, they have 4 tight ends that are going to rotate here.
Yes.
Ferguson, Higbee, Parkinson, and Clare are all there, all under contract.
I'm so sorry. We have to award. We do this in land leagues. I apologize, guys. I almost forgot.
Good call.
We need to award the comp pick.
Comp pick.
So,
Yeah.
Sammy, you know how it works in our leagues. Why don't you explain
Of
to
course I
everybody
do.
what's happening right now as I try and figure out who has the comp pick this year?
Yeah, so exactly. So Zach has added comp picks to all of the land leagues, which basically how it works is he wants the teams that don't make the playoffs to still have something to play for in weeks 15, 16, and 17. So instead of a toilet bowl, there is a losers bracket, and essentially the bottom 6 teams that don't make the playoffs, they go into a bracket for weeks 15, 16, 17. The winner of that bracket gets the one comp pick for the draft, and it is a pick in between the 212 and the 301. They let Zach know who they want to take. That player comes off of the board, and then the draft continues. So they won't be on the board. And Zach, I don't know if you have ability to put the comp pick on the screen once you have it here, just so anybody in the chat wondering, why did X player not get picked? They'll have the information that it is the comp pick. But yeah, so this just gives a little incentive to not hang up the sleeper app in week 15 if you didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You did a great job of explaining it. SD Perk was our comp pick winner, and with the comp pick, he selected Dion Burks. And if you guys replicate this in your draft, you simply have to have the commissioner. What's the easiest way to say this? Like, the commissioner manually adds it with commissioner power.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I will try. I'm gonna create a little template here as we're doing this, so people can see the comp pick. Something very, very basic, but yes. Dion.
Who
Burks,
was the comp pick?
Dion Burks.
Dion Burks.
7th rounder.
Like the third last pick of the draft, wasn't he?
Yeah. This is definitely a SD Perk getting his guy situation, I would say.
We've said it. It's get your guy season in these after the first round. Did the Colts? I'm just checking if the Colts drafted anybody else at wide receiver. They did not.
Yeah, it was a little surprising to see them.
Alec Pierce, man,
quite nonchalantly,
Am I gonna be?
See, it's funny. You were making fun of me, all right, but I think it's gonna be hard not to be an Alec Pierce guy this year.
Don't make me pull up the receipts. You were certain they were taking somebody too.
Oh, I was 100%. I 1,000% thought they would take someone.
Yeah, we both said they were taking somebody. Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. I mean, they gave him all the money.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him all the money, and it's really like, I'm not a Josh Downs guy at all. So
I like Josh Downs a lot. I'm just a sucker. I mean, y'all saw I just took Antonio Williams and traded up as if it was like my salvation. So I am a sucker for those smaller guys who are just great route runners, but obviously I know he's a limited player. Okay, so I hate that I'm going to have to say this, but I am going to have to say it. I think
Nick Singleton is a good value.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to throw up because I have to say this, but
how are the turntables?
Nick Singleton. Okay, well here, let me be very clear. In an average class, Nick Singleton is a terrible pick. Okay, in an average class, Nick Singleton's a 4th rounder.
He's still a terrible pick in this draft, Zach. Let's not get it twisted. He's just a terrible pick earlier.
But I have to admit that I think he is probably a value at this point of the draft. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and keep it a buck with you guys. I have Nicholas Singleton ranked. Because, again, I have to contextualize the upside of all these situations these people are in. I have Nicholas Singleton ranked as my 20th player in the class.
Oh, wow.
So that means I would take him, I think, was that like 2-0, basically where Mike Washington went. Ted Hurst, Max Clare, that range.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is some crazy reach.
I think that, look, I mean, I have a tough decision, Zach, because I got to decide which jersey I want to get. You know, Titans rebranded. Do I get Carnell Tate or do I get Nick Singleton?
I think,
tough,
because they're both going to be just as valuable to your team.
Well, of course. On a real, though, like, I think that Nick Singleton, he's kind of like the Drew Aller of running backs.
Yeah.
He has all the tools. He's a phenomenal athlete. It's just he can't really, he doesn't really know
He's
how to
just
play
not a
running
good
back.
running back. He's a great athlete.
He's
just not a good running back. Is that the
he's
easiest
not
way
a
to
good
say
running. He's just not good at the position that he plays. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, that's.
But I think that if in the right scheme, I think that
Oh my
if
gosh,
Brian
that's huge.
Dable can get the most out of him, just leave it like that. If Brian
Can
Dable,
everyone see this? Can everyone
Zach,
see that?
does
Who the
everybody
contact is?
know who that is?
Oh my gosh.
Are people gonna know what Dion Burks looks like?
Probably not, but
They can assume.
yeah.
Reverse Google search.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
throw a screenshot in there. But I think that there's an opportunity here, and this is the thing. I'm going to be hammering this all rookie draft season, and you'll see it in the rookie drafts that I do, like the 2 that I do on this channel. If I have any late picks, it's going to be running backs with any sort of semblance of opportunity.
Exactly.
Is what I'm slamming in rounds 3 and 4,
Exactly.
probably even round 2.
Yep. Same for me, dude.
Like I don't really care about these day 3 wide receivers all that much.
No.
I'm probably not going to draft very many of them at all. It's going to be running backs who have a chance to get on the field.
There's a point where I cut it off. Like there are certain players where I'm like, they're not getting on the field. But yeah, I agree. Right now, actually, my 4 best players available, 2 of them are running backs.
Well, it's funny. Katron Allen goes right after Nick Singleton. I think he's going to be a big target for me as well. Because he's competing with Rashad White, who's on a 1-year, $2 million deal, and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, who was drafted in a later round than he was
Yeah.
a year ago.
In a better class,
So,
but yes.
in a better class, of course. Yes, absolutely. But I like Katron Allen. I think he's he doesn't really have the home run speed, but
No.
I think that he can, be your sort of Honda Civic type of running back.
My comp for him was Brian Robinson, and I still feel.
Yeah, I was thinking he
with
was like this year's Kyle Monungai kind of.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
Okay, let's
Kyle
get to
Monungai had opportunity and he did well.
That's true. Let's get to the super chat from Walter
Yeah, let's
Rose
do it.
here. Appreciate the donation. He says, would you shop the 102 for Scat, the 201, the 207 if your running backs are Algier, Marks, and you're stacked at wide receiver? A couple running backs away from competing. Would you shop the 102 for Scat? Look, the 201 and the 207 mean nothing to me in this class, quite frankly.
They don't. They really
So,
don't. They're not
really,
good.
the way I'm perceiving this, Walter, is you're asking me, hey, should I trade the 102 for Scataboo? And my answer would be hard pass. If you're trading the 102, then you're looking for James Cook, Ken Walker,
Plus,
Jonathan
probably.
Taylor. You know what I mean? So I think you're
I
undervaluing
think
the
in
102
that
there.
range. I'm with you.
I
I'm with
would
you all
be
the way.
willing to trade away the 105 range, probably, is where I'd be for Scat. 105, 106 range. Back into that
think-
tier for me.
Yeah, I think I would want a little plus still. I'm curious, where did Jadarian Price rank in your overall running back rankings?
Yeah, at the moment, I've got Price ranked in this tier where you can put him as high as, I think, is it 11? I don't have him that high, but right now, first look, he's RB 15.
Interesting. Okay, I have him at 11.
Yeah, but he's in this tier where you can, again, that's how I value my players in bucketed values, similar values. So
Yeah.
I have him and
Yeah,
Scataboo in that same
these
tier.
running backs,
Same with
yeah,
Bucky,
yeah.
Brees, Javonte, Kyron, Chase, Judkins, all those guys. So you have him higher than me, then, is what you're saying?
I have him at 11. Yeah. Which I guess that probably just means I like the 106 more than you do, I guess is how we would interpret that.
I think you like the 106 less because I have the 106 in the same tier as the 102.
But I have Jadarian Price is my 106, and I have him higher than you.
Right. I just think your
By a
overall
decent
value of
margin.
these rookies higher than me, like just across the board then,
Probably.
if that makes
Probably.
sense. So maybe you're right.
Yeah, because Jadarian Price is my...
Okay, so like good question. How high do you have
57th
Jordan
player.
Tyson ranked? This might be a good barometer here.
Jordan Tyson... I have him at 44, wide receiver 17.
Okay, so yeah, you'd be higher on Tyson than myself. I have him ranked, I think. I've got him ranked at wide receiver 18. I guess that's not crazy, but in a tier where he could be as low as 25.
Okay.
But it sounds like
Okay.
we're pretty much very much on the same page there.
Yeah, we're definitely close.
Yeah.
It's hard throwing the rookies into the overall ranks.
It is.
I'm also going to do another sweep. Like, I don't want anybody to hold me to this right now, because once I do a full sweep of projections for 2026, with all of the rookies included, that will change some of my dynasty rankings, seeing how I project them for the coming year.
Yeah.
I want to say, Zach, I just want to shout out a few picks that I like here in the third and the fourth round. I really like the Damon Claiborne pick.
Yes.
That's another running back in the third, back of the third round, who I think is going to have who is going to have an opportunity to get on the field, right? Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones. Claiborne can be
Jones
the.
Doesn't seem like he can stay healthy at all right now.
Exactly, and Jordan Mason is not really going to catch the ball.
Yep.
So Claiborne being that passing down back if Aaron Jones goes down. Eli Raridan as well. I think that 2 ACL tears he had in college, but the most recent one was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So kind of stunted his development a little bit, but I think that he was really good at Notre Dame, and going to a team with Hunter Henry, who is not long for that situation, I don't think.
Yep. I agree with that.
I like that a lot.
I want to give a shout out to Caleb Douglas, who I really don't like. I'm not high on Caleb Douglas as a prospect by any means, but at the same time, who is the wide receiver they're going to target in Miami? I couldn't tell you, but he was their highest drafted receiver. So, is it crazy to say I have him at 25? I'm just contextualizing that situation and asking myself who has the best chance to start there.
That's going to be tough for me. Like, I feel like, here's what I would say with Caleb Douglas. I get he was a third round pick. I guess, I don't think I can criticize you for whoever you have ranked at the 301 in this class.
Third round pick rates are terrible. I'm just thinking, like, who the hell is catching the ball there?
Exactly. And I'm thinking, like, and I haven't done my full set of rankings. I had a busy day today. I haven't got to rank out, up to 4 rounds of the rookies.
Yeah.
But Caleb Douglas, he wasn't a very good prospect.
No.
He gets taken in a weird third round this year, where teams were just doing whatever the hell they wanted.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like an endorsement of like Tutu Atwell and Jalen Tolbert to fade Caleb Douglas. Yeah. Maybe I'm going to rather some other picks on the board, because and even then, what is the ceiling? Like, is Caleb Douglas going to come out and be some like revelation talent that we didn't see pre-draft? Like, a lot of guys do nothing with good target competition, or with lots of target competition. We're done.
Yeah, we are. I really was hoping that Adam Randall was about to hit the waiver wires. I was going to scoop
That's another
him
good
up
one.
Quickly. You look at Baltimore.
Yeah.
Odds are Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry again, but there will be a year where he's not Derrick Henry anymore. His name will be. He's not going to legally change his name, but he won't be the same player. And if he were to get injured, I don't believe Justice Hill is carrying the ball 17 times a game in a run-heavy offense. They got rid of Keaton Mitchell, so I think he's a great pick. I have Adam Randall ranked as my 29th player in the class.
And he goes at 47 here?
Yeah. So
I mean, that tells everything you need to know about this draft. Adam Randall, by the way, like, he is he's kind of the Derrick Henry build, is he not? He's 6'3", 232.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody I want learning behind Derrick Henry, a good athlete, former wide receiver, converted to running back, a little bit of the Tyrone Tracy mold there. I like that. I like what Mills did in the third and the fourth round here.
No, I agree. That's exactly how I would treat the third and fourth round too. Like, I'm trying to see how many of these running backs I can get on my team that are likely nothing burgers, but have a chance to, take over a role for someone. Guys, I
Look, if
appreciate
you
y'all so
drafted-
much for being here. Sorry to interrupt you, Sammy, there. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you drafted Tyrone Tracy 2 years ago, and you drafted Ja'Cory Crossy-Merritt last year, two guys with day 3 capital who ended up in situations where they had an opportunity to get on the field, you were able to profit off of those 3rd and 4th round picks, right? Tyrone Tracy was going for seconds, Bill for more, honestly, this past year. So these are the picks to make, in my opinion.
I am not going to talk about the players that I think are great that are still available, because clearly I'm in this league and I'm going to set my waiver wires. But there's many names that I would like to go pick up here. But this was a lot of fun. Shout out to everybody in the Alpha League. Guys, we're going to probably get into some trade questions first, but I wanted to let y'all know that this is probably your last chance to sign up for today's giveaway, to enter today's giveaway. We are giving away a live team playbook, and Deion Burks has nothing to do with it. Let me remove him. So if you want a live team playbook, customized review of your Dynasty team, step 1 is to like the stream. Okay, right now we have, I think, right under 600 people watching, and 157 likes. If you guys can do us a favor, let's get over the 200 number together. That would be awesome. But again, step 1 is to like the stream to enter the giveaway. Step 2 is to type the code word, and the code word is alpha. As of right now, we have 86 entries to the giveaway. 86 entries, which on a stream like this, honestly, pretty good odds. I thought that would be a higher number for now, and I'm sure that number will grow now that people know we're about to get to the giveaway. But I want you guys to have a look at the squad we are rolling out with. I have to cut 3 players off the team. Okay, 3 players need to go. George Halani is gone.
Yeah, he's toast.
He's toast. He's no longer got pretty much any value at all. Thank God I did a 2-for-1 trade, because this is not easy here. I kind of want to drop Rashid Shaheed, but
oh yeah, it's tough.
I am.
You could probably draft. Did the Bengals draft a running back?
It's a good question.
I'm checking.
That's why I don't feel comfortable dropping Taj Brooks yet.
They didn't. I mean, hell yeah, Chase Brown. Let's freaking go, dude.
I will drop Savion Williams, which hurts my heart.
He was so fun last year.
He was. Like, the small opportunities he got.
Jaden Reed's going to get all those jet sweeps now that he's healthy.
That's true. I'm one more player.
I think Dylan Gabriel can go, I think.
Yeah, probably right.
I mean, he's not even being talked about with the Shadur, Deshaun Watson quarterback. Now Taylon Green is there as well. Jesus.
Quiet, my son. That is code cinnamon, but technically you didn't know. Look, this is the squad we're rolling out, okay, next year. We've now got Lamar Jackson, Bucky Irving, Kyron Williams, JSN, CeeDee Lamb, Kittle, Jefferson, Olave, AJ Brown, Trevor Lawrence. On our bench, Lad the Creator, Kyle Monangai, Tony Pollard, Ramondre Stevenson, Jake Tonjes, in case Kittle is not ready to go. We've got Antonio Williams and Eli Stowers on the taxi squad. That's where I am rocking with right now. But honestly, if I want to make some moves, I have to drop more players. I feel like Rashid Shaheed, I don't know, it feels like a pointless player to roster in a format like this. You never really know when you're going to actually be able to start Rashid Shaheed. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. It's a difficult one. Yeah, Zach, this is the thing of the Dynastyland leagues. The benches are a lot smaller than what you see in the Dynasty streets. Makes the roster cut decisions a lot more difficult, which is an interesting aspect that I personally really like about them.
Yeah, I agree. I hate it when like leagues have 30 bench spots and it's like, well, the waiver wire
is just absolutely useless. Yeah,
quite literally no names on the waiver wire. But I am ready to go out and compete again in this league. I'm trying to win back to back. But before we get into this giveaway, you still have a chance to get in. We are going to get to some trade questions here on today's stream. If you guys are wanting to get your team reviewed, you want to get a customized review from myself, come up with a game plan for your rookie draft, then use a promo code LAND, become an annual Mother Flocker member. That will give you a voucher that you can use through the Flock store, or if you're a member of a different promo code, you can get one a la carte. You know, let's say you're a member of Code Flock, you can still go to the Flock store and get a team playbook, a review from myself with Land Football. And again, I think right now we still have those two spots available. So not only will we do some trade questions now, we also will do the draft order reveal. I guess I could push the reveal to tomorrow. Look, there are 2 spots remaining in the Artemis League. Okay. So if you want a spot in a LAN league, you want an annual Mother Flocker membership with code LAND, team playbook review, game plan for your rookie draft, all that jazz, it's a great time to do so. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense, gang. Okay, let's do some trade questions, shall we? Starting off with Travi. It's a 1 quarterback, 12 team start 8. Sorry, Mason said, just a head up, trade question, team tagging is having a small bug right now. Austin's working on it. Okay, understood.
Yeah, because we added this to the trade question tag. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, okay. I don't know if you saw, Zach, that the team review feature that was added, where you can now do the create trades directly on the team review.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's as useful for you as it is for like Mason, for example, just because you have the chalkboard and everything.
Yeah.
But that's sort of that was something that was added recently.
It's awesome. Probably not as useful for me with the chalkboard, but
yeah,
it's a really cool feature. Would you send away the 103 and the 208 for the 105 and the 110 this year? This is pretty much textbook. If you look at my rookie tear down tool, if it was Superflex, okay. This is the thing. If this was a Superflex draft, my rookie teardown tool would say, this is a no-brainer to take this trade. I can't click on this article right now. I don't know. But you're in a 1 quarterback. So that 110 is actually outside the range that we like pretty quickly.
So that's right.
In this format, I would keep the 103 simply because...
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the 110, think about who the best player is there. The best player at the 110 is... I don't even know if you care about Mendoza there. Or definitely you wouldn't care about Ty Simpson in this format.
So in my opinion, I'm trading...
Is Denzel Boston the best player available?
For me, it'll be Stowers or Coleman. But I think that I'm trading Mekhi Lemon or Jordan Tyson.
Yeah.
For... Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Tyson, or Jadarian Price, and I'm getting a basically free Jonah Coleman or Eli Stowers.
Okay.
Because I don't value the 208 at all.
Okay. Yeah, I don't value the 208, but I think I'd rather make my choice at the 103 than make this move personally. This is what Mason means, where like we don't have the team info, but
that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, I would just rather make the pick at the 103. Just to address this, a lot of people are asking where Badaki is. Hey, guys, we announced this back in January. Badaki is on to a new venture. Obviously, we love him here on the channel, but he's going into creating his own clothing line. It's something that he's been very passionate about for a long time. So you guys can follow him on his socials, but he has moved on to a new season of life, and we love him. We're cheering him on. Yeah, for me, I just would want a little bit more back in return. But ultimately, if you think about it, you are going to be left with the decision at the 105. It's been made for you, right? Where Mendoza's not a part of that top group. Okay, so it's either going to be Price left over or Lemon left over. And if you're fine with Jadarian Price or Lemon versus a Tyson, then you'd be comfortable to make this move, right? If you're not, and you really want to grab Jordan Tyson over those names, then I think you hold.
Yeah, and we saw in this draft tonight that Price went ahead of Lemon, right?
Yeah. So it might be Lemon. Yeah, exactly. It'll be one of those two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cannot submit a trade question reply, or can I? Did that go through? We just answered this. I'm not sure if that went through or not, Travi, but we just answered this, so you can scroll back. I think we're okay. You can scroll back 5 minutes into the stream. Okay, 1 quarterback, 12 teams, start 8. Would you send away 2 seconds for Jonathan Brooks? I think adding the 27-second is a little too aggressive for Brooks. I do love Jonathan Brooks. I would comfortably send the 204 away for him. But I think adding that second and 27 is a little too aggressive for my liking.
Yeah, this is just maybe a tad too much. If that's supposed to be super late, yeah, I just think you could get a better player with 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Even given it's the 204 and this class sucks, obviously, I think you could get a better player than Jonathan Brooks. The Panthers didn't draft a running back.
Nope.
So it's Chuba Brooks and Trevor Achan, formerly Trevor Etienne, in that backfield.
My counter would be the 204 and the 304. That's the most I would pay. So if he's firm, I know DeGo's in the chat saying he's firm on adding the 27-second as well. Then I'm saying, okay, no worries, keep the player. Like it's just not going to happen for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Jonathan Brooks isn't worth that.
It's just a no-go. I did offer a BOGO offer on my stream yesterday, so I'm going to honor that today for you for all paid trade questions to go. So I'm going to give you a free trade question voucher. We will have that BOGO offer for the trade questions specifically last the entirety of today's stream. But if you guys are annual Mother Flocker members, that won't count towards your vouchers, right? So it has to be a paid trade question. So for example, Travi had a voucher, wouldn't count there, but DeGo and Insab had paid trade questions. So we will continue to do the BOGO offer through the end of today's stream. If you want to get a trade question in. This is a 1 quarterback, 12 team, start 8. He says, would you send away Javonte Williams for Jadarian Price?
So you obviously have Javonte higher.
I do.
You are a big Javonte guy.
Yep.
You're much higher than him than anybody else. I'm second highest, and even I'm like 20 spots behind you in terms of overall value. I am Jadarian Price over Javonte.
Okay.
But I think that what we can work out here is I don't think you have to do this straight up. I think you can get a plus on Javonte.
Yeah.
And in that case, I would. You're trading Javonte away.
He's trading Javonte away for Jadarian. So I'm assuming you would take Jadarian Price here.
I would take Jadarian Price, but that's not going to. Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Look, I think best case scenario for Javonte Williams is exactly what happened this offseason, right? So
yeah,
as this team looks like a contender, I would probably hold on to Javonte. I can recognize, you also already have the 101 with Jeremiah Love. I can recognize that there's a chance that in 1 year's time, Jadarian Price is higher valued. If Jadarian Price comes out here, okay, and he does my projections, which is 13 points per game, he's probably ranked higher than Javonte in 1 year's time. And honestly, that makes me want to really change my rankings. But I just know that Javonte is a good player in a good offense. I just know that already. That answers that question's already answered, and he's not an old player or anything.
Yeah, I think that 3-year window argument could absolutely make a lot of sense here. Yeah, I don't think there's a big difference between the two of them. Like, I basically have this flipped, Zach, pretty much.
Yeah.
You have Price at 60 and Javonte at 50. I basically have it pretty close to just flipped. So
okay.
I think that, there's nobody else in that Seahawks backfield. And it's the same thing for Javonte. So it's like, maybe this is like, contender, you take Javonte.
Yep.
Like, I don't despise that. Yeah, so I think he was in the chat too.
By the way, I just want to quickly say to Soldier Boy, I see you. You've got your membership in, so my friend, you are locked and loaded to the Artemis League. You will officially be in that league. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thanks for becoming a brand new member on today's stream. Which means
he's the top contender, he says, and he's trading Javonte for Price. Yeah, in that case, like I don't think you need to make that move. I don't think you need to take the risk.
Yeah.
Javonte's solid. He is very, very solid.
Yeah. I'm probably keeping Javonte, but I think there's a very good case to be made that if you're a rebuilder, because I have them in the same tier, you're
This makes a
probably
lot of sense.
preferring Jadarian Price,
It's
right?
it's a 26-year-old running back with a long history of injuries.
Yeah.
And like this is his first year of good production.
Yeah.
So I think it makes you don't want to touch Devontae on a rebuilder.
No. I'm going to give you a free trade question voucher to come back because we do have that BOGO offer right now that's still on. But I appreciate you big time, my dude. Thanks for letting us look at the trade. Okay, I think we should do this giveaway.
Let's do it. And then I'm unfortunately I'm not gonna stay on for the team reviews
Totally
tonight.
okay.
I'm behind on all the craziness and all the rookie stuff. I got to get my rankings sorted, get some work done. So
Completely okay.
For all of the people, I will be here tomorrow night, and I will be in the draft.
Yes, Sammy will
Bravo
be
League.
a part of the draft tomorrow night, which will be awesome.
It'll be a blast.
Okay, this is to win a live team playbook. Over 100 people entered, and I wish you all nothing but good luck. Let's go ahead and find out who wins tonight's giveaway. And our winner for tonight is officially Agent Zom. You're kidding me. That's hilarious. He is what we call him a double agent, okay? Because he supports both myself with promo code LAND and the Domain Boys as an annual Mother Flocker member.
Legend.
So DM me, Zom. I appreciate you. Thanks for showing some love to the channel this year. And I'll make sure and hook you up with a free team playbook voucher. Big love to you, my dude. Okay, Sammy, let the people know what you got going on with your channel. You've got any streams coming up? Content coming up?
I'll be streaming. I'll continue to do Saturdays.
Okay.
As we go forward, probably just doing some startups. Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time every week, and I'll be releasing my rookie rankings sometime tomorrow. A top 50 or so, or however many I get to. I don't know if there's 50, draftable players in this class, but we'll find out together.
Dude, it's crazy because
it'll be a spiritual journey.
When you look at all of the tight ends drafted, the rankings could technically go like all the way to like 75 or something. Like,
are you including 56th overall pick Nate Borkercher?
See, I am including him, but right now he is gonna be ranked 48th for me.
That's fair. So draftable. You
draftable, right? I mean, second round tight end in this class. He's probably only a blocker, but you know what I mean. Yeah. There's just so few players you can be excited about. I'm not that even excited about him, but anyway.
But yeah, we'll find out together. That video will come out tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that, guys. I'm sure that given how good this class is, that video should absolutely blow up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm loving the viewership on 2026 rookie content this year. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's terrible. I can't wait for redraft season, man.
Same. All right, Sammy.
But yeah, thank you all. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. All love to the chat. Peace out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, brother. Later. All right. Let's go ahead and let's jump into as long as this is going to update, let's see. Okay, there we are. Okay, let's jump into some of these team playbooks. Appreciate y'all being here with me. If you want to get a review tonight, you can get into the queue. I've got an open queue ready for you if you'd like to get your team reviewed, if you'd like to have me help you come up with a game plan for your rookie draft. All that's available to you. The absolute best way to get a team review is to become a LAND annual Mother Flocker member. You can use promo code LAND, become an annual Mother Flocker member on the Flock site. They'll give you a voucher for your playbook. Or, of course, if you want to purchase a playbook a la carte, if you remember a different promo code, you can do that. Now, just quickly, there are 3 playbook options on the site. The first one is what you get with your membership by default. Okay, by default, with your membership, you get a playbook. You can upgrade it to a priority pass to skip the queue, or tier 3 is a pro pass, which actually doubles your playbooks. So that is an upgradable feature on the Flock site. Okay, let's jump into Joens. Shout out to Joens. You know, earlier we talked about the Pro Pass, and Joens has purchased a Pro Pass, so they are actually doubling their playbooks. They got that tier 3 product. So shout out to you, my friend. Thanks for showing some love to the channel. And we're going to have a look at your team now. And then you're also going to have a voucher to come back and submit a second team, whatever team your heart desires. I'm going to go ahead and give you that free team review voucher right now. It's available to you, my friend. Okay. So we are in a 1 quarterback, 10 team start 8. This is a small league and it's a small starting lineup. This is not a league where you have to worry about a lot of starters. There's, depth is not as important. In a league like this, hammers win your league. There is no tight end premium, and all throws lead to Rome is your team name, and you are currently ranked, I believe, 3rd on the site. Let me just make sure no one else has a similar name. Okay. You are currently ranked 3rd on the site. There is no rookie picks that are impactful on your team. So we're not really going to jump into the war room and come, you've got the 308. It's not a very big impact pick. Just take your favorite swing there, regardless of positional need. At quarterback, you're ranked 2nd on the site, 7th at running back, 3rd at receiver, and 2nd at tight end. Let's have a look. You are starting Josh Allen. Great start to the team. Then Henderson Scadaboo. You have to be breathing a sign of relief, my friend, that Cam Scadaboo is the starter for that team. Then Neighbors, Jefferson, Trey McBride. That 7, really strong. 6, rather. Counting is tough. And you then have a couple more flexes. And those flexes would be T. Higgins, A.J. Brown. You've got Roma Dunze that you could be on your bench but could be flexible. Same with Blake Corum and Jalen Warren and Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Higgins. So this is a pretty good team, honestly. Obviously, you don't have any premium running backs, but this is a good team. I would probably give you a solid B+, but I almost want to lean A-, but it's just your running back room that's holding me back there. So we're gonna stick at B+. And right now, clearly you are a contender. There's no doubt about it. We are going to go out there and try and win the championship this year with a team this good. There's no reason not to try and win it all. What's up, Sepian says 2 first persons to get in that league with annual, right? Yes. If you become a brand new annual Mother Flocker member with the code LAND, you're a brand new member, you will get a guaranteed spot in the league. Right now, I have, I believe right now I have 2 spots remaining. Let me go ahead and fast track Brasky. Yes, right now we officially have 2 spots remaining. There is someone else who is pending, but they haven't officially signed up yet. So yes. Let me know if you have any questions on that, my friend, but have to be a brand new member, have to use a code LAND. Can't be under a different code, guys. These leagues are only for LAND members. Let me ask Sammy. Okay. All right. Now, the players that are untouchable on your team, those would be Malik Neighbors. Those would be Trey McBride. Okay? We don't want to move those players under any circumstance. Players that you should hold. Jonathan Brooks. We would definitely love to hold him. Blake Corum is another great hold, in my opinion. I would hold Jaden Higgins. They're talking about maybe trading Nico. I doubt it happens, but imagine where Higgins would be ranked, if that ended up going down. And I'd also like to hold Ricky Pearsall. So Ricky Pearsall is a player that clearly has not been able to stay healthy. I know they just drafted a player. I think he's a better prospect than the player that they just drafted. So that's how we would roll with it. As far as players that you can drop, if you need to clear space, at this point, Deebo Samuel, it sounds crazy, but if you had to make a tough decision here, you could drop him along with Jalen Royals. Those could be the names that you could drop if you needed to clear space, you needed to add a player. On the waiver wire, wow, you got a lot of good players on the waiver wire, man. My gosh, I'm shocked. I mean, let's just start with Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker absolutely should be rostered. Jalen McMillan should also be rostered. I am floored that Chigakonkwo is on your waiver wire. Another player that has to be rostered. I mean, Tank Bigsby's a much better handcuff than the handcuffs that you have right now. My gosh. Brother, I mean, Malik is a great quarterback too if you need it. Geez, there's so many good players. Terrence Ferguson. Yeah, but again, in order of players I'd like to pick up, Coker, McMillan, Okonkwo, Bigsby, and most of those players are more valuable than your 308, by the way. I would be comfortable to drop Debo, Royals. If you have to, Benson. That sucks, but yeah, Benson, Hunter to clear space to make way for those other names. Yeah. Seppian says, you have to be a brand new member. I was already an annual last year. Yeah, the only way around that, my friend, would be creating a new account using the code LAND and becoming a member with code LAND, right? Like if you had an account last year, but it's expired, if you are thinking about becoming a member, just create a new account, but make sure you use the promo code LAND at sign up. I got you, Brizzleton. I'll get there for sure. I got you, my friend. Okay, with all that in mind, you are a strong contender. I don't think you really need to make a move right now. If you were, I would be curious what shopping Josh Allen could look like. You know, if you could tear down to a different quarterback and get a running back upgrade, I would be open to that conversation. I'm not at all saying that you have to make that move. I also think that your receiver room is strong enough that you could trade Justin Jefferson and still have a great receiver room, but improve your running back room. We're basically thinking about how we can maybe move around our assets to get the best possible player. Seppian says, I am code LAND with the account I had. I still need new account because I will make an account right now. If you already had an account with the code LAND, you just need to make sure that you've never made a purchase with anybody else under a different code. Otherwise, you know, you're not able to switch your account. But if your previous account was with code LAND and you were a member and you're not in any league yet, then yeah, I can get you in if you renew that tonight. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. So those are the two things I'm going to be looking at here. Can we tear down from Josh Allen? Can we tear down from Justin Jefferson? If we tear down from Josh Allen, there's a very select group of quarterbacks I would do it for. Unfortunately, the guy who has Jaden Daniels, I would do it, but I don't see him, you know, he's not going to look for a quarterback upgrade with having May and Daniels on the same team. I would do Lamar Jackson, though. And I'd be curious if you could do something like Lamar Jackson plus Quinshon Judkins. Now, I doubt that you would be able to do that straight up. You might have to add something in return there. For example, Quinn, how am I'm spelling this wrong? Quinshon Judkins. There we go. So you might have to add back, let's say, a 27-second here, hypothetically, right? But that would be ideally how you'd get something like that done. You still have an elite quarterback at the top with Lamar Jackson, but you add to your running back room with Quinshon Judkins there. Again, very select few group of quarterbacks I would tear down with. I don't even know if I would do Burrow. Yeah, I wouldn't do these names. You're a strong contender. So look, we'll shoot our shot for Jaden Daniels. But I don't think this is going to be very effective with the person you're trying to trade with. Like, I would need Daniels plus Josh Jacobs, for example, right? That'd be enough for me to go ahead and pull the trigger. So, yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Now, Sepsistor, to be clear, my friend, have to be a LAND annual Mother Flocker member. I think last year you were a season pass member. Let me double check. Let me see if I can find you. So you are currently You're currently on the monthly membership. You have to be an annual member to get into these leagues. So if you want to change that, all you have to do is go to my account, then edit plan, and then it will take off whatever you were just charged for the monthly membership to become an annual Mother Flocker member, okay? So you can make that change pretty easily there. Yeah, so unfortunately we don't have a lot of wiggle room with Josh Allen, but let's go to Justin Jefferson next. And I'm thinking of equivalent running back names for Justin Jefferson. Like right now you would be looking for like the 101 in 2026 for Jeremiah Love. Ashton Genty is in that same tier, right? You could add Ashton Genty there. There's not really anybody else, unfortunately. I mean, I would say outside of Genty, I wouldn't be opposed to a Devon Achane move, but we would need to get more in return if we made a move like this. So, like if you were to get Achane, then I would need Achane plus... Okay, so we can make this work. I want Achane plus Luther Burden, and I will give you back AJ Jefferson plus... I want to say... Look, I don't think that Jaden Higgins gets this done. I think you'd have to go A.J. Brown there. A.J. Brown is probably what you'd have to send, but I like that. You're getting off of A.J. Brown. He's probably going to be a Patriot soon, but you're getting off of him before he kind of starts to age out. You're getting a young asset in Luther Burden. You can still contend. The only other name is Omarion Hampton. If you were to do a Hampton trade, how could we make that work in a 2-for-2? Okay, so in this scenario, you would grab... Okay, we can make this work. So Omarion Hampton plus Bucky Irving. That's what we would want back in return. And we would send Jaylen Warren with Justin Jefferson. That is, I think, a great deal for you, my friend. But those are the moves that I would make. You're a very good team. You're clearly a contender. You, transparently, Jones, last thing I will say, you actually don't have to make a single trade. Like, you can go into the year with the team that you have. You've got the flexibility. I wouldn't send your 27 first unless you need to in the middle of the season. But I would like to add another running back. Okay, so, but that's the complete review. You will get your team playbook here within the next 3 to 4 business days. So just make sure you're staying tuned to the advice tab on the Flock Fantasy website, because that's where you will get your playbook, and it will be completely customized to all the things that we discussed on today's stream. But I really appreciate you letting me look at the team, man. That was a fun one. And yeah, thanks for purchasing the Pro Pass. Okay, let's jump to the chat real fast. I did see your upgrades this Spion. And did you enter the Land League site on the back end? It looks like you have entered, so I'll go ahead and lock you in, my friend. So you are locked in, which means we officially have one spot remaining. We have one spot remaining in that draft. Okay, so the last person who on today's stream becomes a brand new annual Mother Flocker member will get instant access to the draft on Monday night. Appreciate you, Cespian. Thanks for becoming a member, man. Appreciate you big time. Okay, we've got Dan here. We've got Captain here. We've got Soldier Boy. But I'm going to quickly go to Brizzleton's trade question. Briz, I see you in the chat here. He is sending away Amon-Ra St. Brown for Hampton and the 105. He says, could hurt my wide receivers too much. Draft tomorrow. It's a 10-team league. I prefer to keep premium players in this format, but it is a start 11. And if you made this trade, you would start Jackson, Hampton, Bijan. Ooh, yeah. Your wide receivers would take a hit for sure. But it would be Olave, let's say Waddle, Fannin, and then you are flexing, in that case, whoever you draft at the 105, along with Josh Jacobs, and then Jamison Williams. You've also got, but look, I mean, you've got the 102, the 104, surely you could make this trade and then flip the 102, 104 for receivers that you can contend with, or draft the receivers in this class if you like them. So I don't think it's unfair value for an Amon-Ra St. Brown. Right now, Amon-Ra is a late first. Hampton is a mid-second. I don't think you could sell Amon-Ra for any more value than this. And I'm also going to give you a free trade question voucher because we had that BOGO offer for trade question vouchers on the site, the paid ones. So I appreciate you, dude. Thanks for letting me look at the trade. Okay. We've got another review here, and it's from Mr. Dan. Dan, who has purchased the Pro Pass quite a few times. He loves the product. So I am going to go ahead and add you again to our list here on the back end. But I appreciate you, Dan. Let me know if you're in the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and give you, again, when you guys purchase the Pro Pass, it's a upgradable tier that you can purchase. If you become an annual with a Flocker member, you automatically get a live team playbook, but then you can upgrade to the Pro Pass. If you are just going to purchase a la carte, then the Pro Pass is something that you can upgrade to when you purchase through the a la carte store. But that does automatically give you an additional team playbook, doubles your reviews. So I'll give you that voucher there now to use. The only kicker there is that you can't then turn that voucher into another Pro Pass, right? That's the only little asterisk there. All right, Dan. Appreciate you, dude. You have been a big supporter of the channel this year, and that's very kind of you. Let's go ahead and jump into your next review. Your team is Full Leaf Delusion. You're in a Superflex Start 10. That is our most common format, which is awesome. And your team is currently ranked 11th. Might have an uphill climb here with this one, my friend. Currently ranked 11th. He says, assuming I'm all in this year since I have no draft capital. No. Who should I flip the 109 for? Oh, Dan. Oh, geez, buddy. Oh, Dan. This is not ideal, my friend. Okay, we have the 109, so we will go to the war room at some point and come up with a game plan for that pick. One more spot, wow. As of right now, yes, one more spot. Have to use the code LAND, have to be an annual Mother Flocker member. Man. Okay. So, looking at the team, you are starting Hurts, Purdy, Brees, Saquon, Rice, Ladd, Warren, and then here's the problem. You have to flex 3 more people. And I guess you have a lineup you can fill out, right? Like Kittle, is it a tight end premium? It is. Okay, thank God. Kittle, Wilson, Pittman. And then on your bench, you got Rachaad White, Algier, Knoll. Oh, man. You are 1 or 2 injuries away from this really looking rough. Full transparency, I think this team is in a really bad spot. Could be worse. Like, you have quality players, but to me, I think this is a C-. And, you mentioned, do I have to go out there and compete? You are clearly a Windows open lineup, right? Without your own first or really any of your picks next year, you have got to try and contend this year. So you don't have the luxury of tearing this apart because you're not going to benefit from it at all whatsoever. Here's what's tough. You have no untouchables, okay? There are no untouchables on this team. Players that you should hold. Right now, Rachaad White has got to stay on your team. Whatever you could get back for him is not worth losing a potential starter in a scenario where you have very little, players that you can rely on. I would also hold Michael Pittman. I don't love Michael Pittman, but you need flexes right now. I would hold George Kittle for sure. You need George Kittle to be an important part of this team. And honestly, Michael Penix, I would just say both of those quarterbacks for the Dolphins, you got to keep them because worst case scenario, if Hurts or Purdy goes down, you need at least one starter. Okay, if you need to drop some names, Xavier Restrepo is a name that you could definitely let go of. I would also add to that list Dylan Gabriel. You can let go of Dylan Gabriel. I don't really see a scenario in which he is some huge contributor to this roster. On the waiver wire, it's naked, man. Your waiver wire is butt-ass naked. So that's unfortunate. There's no there's no good players there. What's up, Seppian? I can get to your review tonight. Yes, sir. Okay. Well, with that in mind, let's go to the chalkboard. If you were to stick at the 109 right now, it is probably some combination of... I really don't think Sadiq is possible at the 109. Yeah, it'd be either Concepcion, Simpson, Sadiq, or Cooper. Let me write that down. Yeah. Concepcion, Cooper, Ty Simpson, or Sadiq. That is the potential outcome with that pick. Now, unfortunately, while those are all good players, I really struggle to see a scenario in which those guys help you right now. You know what I mean? So I'd rather trade that pick for a player. Right now, I think the top end that you would get for a running back would be a Javonte Williams because a lot of people are quite low on him. I think that would be... What a win that would be for you, man. Same with like a Josh Jacobs. He would be ideal. I think Kyron Williams is probably too expensive for that price point, but I'd be willing to pay it. You know, in this class, shoot, I mean, Tootin is set up to have a great chance to improve his value. I'm not like a big Bashul Tootin guy, but just trying to be realistic about what you could potentially get, the top end and the bottom end of that spectrum. I would also, like, last name there would be probably Travis, what are we saying, Achane now? So, Travis Achane. At receiver, I think you'd rather have a running back there. But, like, Waddle is the top end of that range. DJ Moore is the top end of that range. Those are probably the names that make the most sense. Okay, lady just said that I just signed up and joined Artemis. I think that means you have taken our last spot for this week, my friend. Let me double check if I've got you on the back end. Yep, you are locked and loaded. Now, here's the thing. There might be one last spot remaining, but I have to check with the devs if someone is code land or not yet. But I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully I get that answer on the stream. But you did lock yourself into that league, lady. So we are now potentially full with that league. Okay. Let's go into the chalkboard here. It's tough because who are you going to tear down from? You really need to use that 109 and make a trade. And I apologize. We'll actually go ahead and send this. This is a new feature that we started doing yesterday. I will go ahead, Dan, and I will send your war room into the Discord channel now. So if you guys ever get a team review from me and I go through a game plan with you for your rookie draft, all you have to do is go to the Discord. Let me show you guys. And then under the land tab of our Discord, you will see the War Room text channel. And automatically, your War Room gets put into their downloadable. Okay, so make sure you check that out there on the land community Discord. Okay, so under the War Room, You now can download this directly to your phone, so you'll know exactly what game plan I would have if I were you going into your draft. Okay. Wow says, oh, damn, I'm late. Look, you still have a chance to get in because I can't confirm whether someone's going to be code land yet or not. But either way, we're doing these drafts every single Monday night. So even if you don't get into this one, then I can guarantee you a spot into the next draft, not this Monday, but next Monday. So go ahead and sign up and just guarantee your spot into the next league for sure, my friend. Okay, if I was in this position, I think you would probably need to use Tyler Warren because it is a tight end premium league. I want to turn Tyler Warren into a running back plus a flex. Okay, so that's the ideal outcome. So who needs tight end here? How about the guy who has Mason Taylor? Well, you're not going to get Jahmyr Gibbs, so that doesn't work. The Chicago owner. So could we get, for example, a Chase Brown and a Devontae Adams, right? Chase Brown plus Devontae Adams would be perfect for your team, I would say. Devontae, there we go. That's the ideal outcome for you, and depending on the tight end premium, that should be possible for a tight end needy team. Judkins, see, I don't like this one as much. There's not a great way to meet you in the middle there. Not going to do it for Jaylen Warren. Might not be enough good fits, unfortunately, to make a deal work. Okay, this guy could work. So here we will want something like Josh Jacobs plus Alec Pierce. You know, something like that would be great. If not Josh Jacobs plus Alec Pierce, then, you know, what about Kyron Williams plus Mike Evans? You know, something like this could work as well. If not that, what about, I mean, the top end of the tier is like Josh Jacobs plus AJ Brown. That's probably asking for too much, though. I doubt that one gets done. You could even try something like Bucky Irving plus Christian Watson or something like that. But that's ideally where your wiggle points are. You might not have much wiggle with a team like this, unfortunately, because, you know, here's the thing. I can't ask you to tear down from Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy. It's not effective. Same for Breece Hall, Saquon Barkley. Same for your receivers. So you don't have a lot of wiggle room. That is the wiggle I would try and wiggle with. In an ideal world, you look at the war room and you tear down, or you trade this pick for one of those players that I've listed, and then you just hold the rest of your roster. But I hope that's helpful, Dan. I appreciate you big time, my dude. You will get your team playbook here within the next 3 to 4 business days. Just please let me know if you end up having any issues with that on the back end. Okay, let's go on to our next review of the day. And it looks like we are turning our attention to Captain Compton. What is up, Captain Compton? Appreciate you being here with us. And we are currently named Mike Penix Hurts. That is our team name. I'm going to stand up here. Don't want to sit too long. We are in a Superflex Start 11 league. That is a larger lineup than typical, right? You have a lot of flexes to contend with, to consider. You are currently ranked second in your league. So you look like a pretty good contender in a league like this. And just going to quickly set up your chalkboard on the back end here. Okay. So he says, I've gotten second to fourth 3 years in a row. How can I get over the hump? I feel I've got a good balance with some studs across the board. P.S. Been watching for a couple years and finally joined the Mother Flocker Club. Thanks for what you do. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you greatly. That's very, very kind of you. Thanks for showing some love to the channel. Okay, Mike Penix Hurts. Let's have a look at the squad, my friend. It's a good team. Just straight off the bat, this is a pretty good team. The site has you ranked 2nd at quarterback, 3rd at running back, 6th at wide receiver, and 1st at tight end. You don't really have any draft capital that we would, be able to discuss in detail today. With the War Room, for example, like the 207 is not a very attractive piece this year. But, if you're there, just go best player available in my rankings, which I will release by tonight. They'll be on the site. By tomorrow, there'll be a very cool tool for you guys available. Untouchables on this team. I would say we are looking at Drake May. Oh my gosh, look at this team. Wow, this team is crazy. Jahmyr Gibbs. You've got a lot of really, really good players here. Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, you've got Brock Bowers. You've got Trey McBride. And that's ridiculous that you have both of them on the same team in a tight end premium. Gosh, great team. Players I'd like to hold. Let's start with Brian Thomas. I think he's a strong hold. I think he's going to be a bounce back candidate. Emeka Egbuka, I'd like to hold on this team as well. Let's add Quentin Johnston to that list because I feel like he was potentially on a breakout course last year before the entire offensive line fell apart there in Los Angeles. And then the last name here, I will put Kyle Monangai. I think you don't have the depth to drop a Monangai on the team like this or trade him away. Players that you can drop. Isaiah Bond, I would be comfortable to move on from. I would also add to that list, at this point, Najee Harris. I just don't really know if Najee's going to even be a factor on a team. On the waiver wire, there really isn't anyone interesting, unfortunately. I mean, Trevor Etienne, I'll say that. Trevor Etienne or HN, whatever you want to say. He's the one name that I would find intriguing there. And he says, what up? Captain here. Hell yeah, brother. Welcome in, my friend. As I'm going, feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to jump in at any point. If there's anything that I haven't clarified enough, let me know. I want to make sure you feel good with your review. Okay. Now, let's jump into the chalkboard here. And let's think about the weaknesses of this team. Probably running back 3. Man, with a team like this, I don't think I'd be afraid to send my 27 first away. I know that sounds crazy, but if we can get the right offer, I want to go out and try and win a championship, man. So I would be open to shopping your first. The other thing which you might not like is I would be open to seeing what return I could get for a Drake May. And maybe if you get a nice return here, you don't shop your first. And instead, you just keep Drake May on you move Drake May and you fix your RB spot by tearing down from him. Okay, main path forward. This is a great team. Man, I haven't used this terminology yet, but someone in our chat, if you're here and it was your idea, remind me so I can give you credit. But someone in our chat said, hey, there needs to be a gap because what we've had for the longest time is we've had a gap between the contender pathway and the Thanos pathway, and it's been too big of a gap. And there needs to have been something in between there. So right underneath Thanos, ahead of a contender, we have added the Juggernaut pathway. Juggernaut essentially meaning you're a great team. You're one of the best teams in your league. Let's be aggressively trying to win, but you still own your future. So you still have that flexibility, right? Let's go out there and let's try and win the championship, man. That's the whole point. I'm going to put you at an A- roster. But this is a very, very good team. And I'm excited to kind of go to the chalkboard and whip up some ideas for you. So let's start by, you know what, Cody, can you tell me what the premium for tight ends are in your league? He says a little early, but this league allows 28 picks trades, and I have all those too. Okay. What is the tight end premium in your league? Because if it's a full point premium, I almost just lean towards keeping those tight ends and putting one in my flex. You know what I mean? You know, in a full point premium, these guys could outscore any receiver if you have a premium like that. It just depends on what the premium looks like. But let's start with a Drake May tear down. Okay, so if we were to tear down from Drake May, I'd love to go to a Jaden Daniels. You know, Daniels' A-Chan is probably too much to ask in return. Jaden Daniels plus Javonte Williams. I'm not sure that's really enough. That's a start. I'd wonder if we could do another tier up where we go from, let's say, A.J. Brown. Yeah, that could work. So we're going to add A.J. Brown into this trade, and we want back Nico Collins. Which is not that big of a difference. I just wanted to be realistic because, look, if you ask for Drake London, that's just probably not happening. Like, you're probably not getting that trade specifically done. And if you ask for Drake London, I mean, shoot, you could swap out A.J. Brown there, though, for Brian Thomas. And I want to keep Brian Thomas, not Ryan Thomas. But at the same time, if you get that guaranteed upgrade, then it becomes a no-brainer to make a move like that. Do you know what I mean? So that's an option for you. Although that guy's pretty set at quarterback. Let's look at some other options. Lamar Jackson. Can we tear down to Lamar Jackson? How about this? Lamar Jackson plus Chase Brown, right? Something simple like that, I'd be willing to do. I think that'd be a great option for you. I don't want to tear down too much further, though. Jackson Dart I would have considered, but there's no running back there that I really love enough to do that. You know, something here that you could consider would be Caleb Williams plus Ken Walker. Right, that's another move that I think could make sense with all the weapons around Caleb Williams. I don't think you can get Amari in Hampton. You could try. I don't think I'd do Burrow and Kyron. But, yeah. Okay, so alternatively, you could sell, you know, Trey McBride or Brock Bowers, whichever, right? If you were to sell them in a full point premium or a half point premium like this, you know, I mean, you're really looking for like Omarion Hampton. That's like the bottom end of the barrel there. If it's not Omarion, it's, you know, Trey McBride plus George Kittle. Or that doesn't make sense, guys. It's Devon Achane plus George Kittle, which is what this guy at the top here has. And really, that's it at running back. Like, I'm not going to move those guys. You're not going to get. Well, let's just go ahead and say, if possible, then you could also do, you know, the 2026 101 and go get Jeremiah Love there. You could also do this for Ashton Genty, but that's where the list ends. It's not a very big list there. Alternatively, you can send your 27 first away for a running back that you know is going to be the answer at right there. Okay. So, for example, if you can send that first away, first off, like, Jadarian Price makes a lot of sense, right? He would be a great fit for you. Javonte Williams makes a ton of sense. He'd be a great fit for you. Bucky Irving makes a bunch of sense, so that could work really well. Chase Brown, right? All those names would give you the ability to really go out there and contend this year. And they're all clearly going to step into opportunities this year. That'd be my game plan, Cody. Captain. You are, I mean, I feel an honor. Like, that is the end of the review. Let me know if you have any questions. But I feel an honor to share this moment with you because we've never used the Juggernaut pathway before. And you were the first person whose team I thought, you know what? This fits the Juggernaut pathway. So we made a little history here. In fact, if we think about all the team playbooks ever submitted, wow. You are officially 0.1% of the people in the Juggernaut category. He says, I appreciate you, man. Love it. Awesome. That's great to hear. I'm glad you're happy. You will get your playbook here within the next 3 to 4 business days. And, you know, hopefully you understand why I didn't go to the war room, just because there wasn't really much to work with there. Soldier Boy in the building. What is happening, Soldier Boy? Let me know if you're here with me. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Just a little business stuff on the back end. Give me 1 second, y'all. Not me, so credit stripe yet. Okay. Apologies, guys. Okay, Soldier Boy is here with me. What's up, Soldier Boy? Okay, I have to ask, Soldier Boy. Is this username, you know, built from Soldier Boy up in his... or is Soldier Boy used from the boys? Either way, it's fine. But I know how to relate to you a little bit more depending on which answer you give me there. So you've got a 1 quarterback, 10 team start 8. That's a small league with a small lineup. So we are going to be looking for hammers across the board there. Team Norris is the name, and you're ranked 4th in this league. The Flock site has you ranked 3rd at quarterback, 5th at running back, 9th at wide receiver, and 7th at tight end. He says, from the boys, not Soldier. Okay. I assume you're watching the boys then. And let me just say, it is intense right now. I am loving the boys. Me and my wife watch it every week. I'm so sad that this is the final season. And also, I'm sad that they canceled Gen V. But here we are. Okay. So you are team number 4. You do have some picks to work with in this draft. That is awesome, because that means the war room will be very helpful for someone like you. And just to give you a little preview of what's coming tomorrow, I can't actually give you a preview, but basically what I'm trying to tell you is there will be a tool that I release tomorrow on the Flock site that you are going to love. Anybody who has draft capital this year, it's something that I have wanted for myself for years. And anyway, so yes, just be aware of the Flock site tomorrow. I tried the tool in tonight's real draft, and I loved it, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. Okay, so with the team like this, our untouchables are Jaden Daniels for sure. I don't think you really have another one on the team. He would be the true only true untouchable. But a lot of players I'd like to hold, starting with Parker Washington. I think he has a chance to have a really, really good year here with the system that Liam Cohen has set up. David Njoku, I would still hold. I just feel like there's a chance he could sign to a team here still. Keaton Mitchell is a name I'd like to have on my team. I'm curious to see what Mike McDaniel is going to unveil with him. And then Malik Washington has to be held. You know, I think I'm shocked that the Dolphins looked at their receiver room and thought, hey, we'll address this in round 3. What? Are you kidding me? Players that you can drop. I had to make a really tough decision today. I dropped Savion Williams. It hurt my heart, but I did. I really like the player, but I dropped him. Najee Harris, I think you can drop at this point. If you had to drop some names, those would be 2 guys I would do it comfortably for. Wow, on the waiver wire. Some good players here. Terrence Ferguson is a name that I would like to hold on my team if you can afford it. I understand Max Clare going there is not ideal, but I'd like to hold him. We've also got Jalen Knoll there as well, who I think has a chance to be a really relevant player this year after they let go of Christian Kirk. Okay, so right now, in a 1-quarterback start 8, you are starting Jaden Daniels, Javonte Bucky, Egbuka, Marvin, Laporta. And then you are flexing Parker Keaton. I got to be honest with you, man. For a league where hammers really thrive, you don't have as many hammers as I'd like you to have. And you can build this one of 2 ways. With the draft capital that you have, you can add a couple guys who can really develop into hammers. Or you can decide to trade those picks and, you know, try and contend straight away with some players who have already proven production, right? But right now, I would say you are... I'd probably put you, like, sleeper category. You know, you're not the favorite, but there's a couple moves that you can make where you could be, you know, in the top 3 there, if you will. But your overall team grade as of today, I'm trying to include the draft capital because you've got good draft capital on this team. But it doesn't always work out, does it? Yeah. Overall team grade, I would probably put you... Man, I'm leaning, to be honest with you, like C+, B- range. I think I'm going to go C+ for today. I think there's a chance by middle of the season you're more of a B+, but it depends on how you roll with this, you know? And there's a couple moves that you could make depending on how you want to play this rookie draft out. But that instantly takes us to the chalkboard, which I'm excited to do. If you're at the 102, then for me, that is going to be Carnell Tate. If you're at the 103, then that is going to be, for me, Jordan Tyson. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't know it had their photos in there. How cool is that? That's sick. At the 106 in a 1-quarterback format, unfortunately, my friend, you probably are not in range of Jadarian Price. Typically, Mendoza pushes Price down in Superflex leagues. So, I mean, look, obviously, best case scenario is that, you know, Jadarian Price somehow falls to you here. I don't think that's going to happen. So, yeah, I just want to be, like, realistic with you there. In that second round, this is where you could see names like Stowers and Jeremy Bernard, Antonio Williams. You could see Chris Bell, Jonah Coleman. Those are the most likely names that would be in that second round range. Okay? Now, alternatively, you can trade these picks. You said price will go 4. Okay. Well, I will explore tiering up to the 104 here. Not tearing up, but tiering up. Okay? To get Jadarian Price. That's an option there. But alternatively, you can turn the 102 into, you know, a James Cook. You could probably get more than just James Cook, but like a general scale here. James Cook, Ken Walker, right? These are probably the names, if you sold this pick, that you'd be looking to add. With a lot of them, you could probably add on top of those names. It depends on the hype of the class in your league. Obviously, the 103, you would try for those same names. Like if you can get James Cook for the 103 and Ken Walker, I probably wouldn't really ask for anything in return for those prices. But here at the 103, at receiver, you know, you could take a shot on a George Pickens there. This is probably a Olave range as well. Really, you're asking, do you want Olave or Jordan Tyson, right? I think that's right there in that range. Personally, I don't think it's crazy to consider like a Garrett Wilson here at the 103 as well. You're not going to probably get him, but obviously the best case scenario is getting a guy that you've already seen develop in Tetairoa McMillan. And the 202 is honestly worthless right now in trade, so I would use it in a package deal, okay? That's probably the best case scenario there for your rookie draft. And I'm going to go ahead and export your War Room. We're going to upload it directly to Discord, so you can now save this to your phone if you'd like. But it's 2 different pathways depending on how you want to approach this year, right? So right here in the War Room tab under the land community in Discord, every time you guys get a team review, it automatically exports your War Room there for you to download to your phone and save, just so you know where to find it. But he says price will go 4. Yeah, I'm just making sure I hear you and I see you there. Okay, let's jump into the chalkboard. Now, if you don't try and go all in, then you might try to do the opposite, where you decide to sell off some of these veterans. Because, yeah, look, I'm going to make 2 lists. If you're in as a contender or if you're out as a contender. Okay? And if you're out, then we can look at selling Bucky Irving. Not that I think he's going to be a bad player after this year or anything. Javonte Williams, right? These are names that you could look to sell if you're not contending. Baker Mayfield, I don't know if he's really worth anything in a small format like this. On the opposite side of that, if you're in, then yeah, it's really that 106 I think that we could explore outside of what we've already done in the War Room. So if you're going to sell Bucky Irving, you would really want like a mid-future first, ideally in 2027. Javonte Williams, it would be the same exact price here as well, by the way. I would value them the same personally. So if you're going to sell them, that's what you would look back in return. If you're going to sell Baker Mayfield, you're not going to get a first. But is there a team that needs a quarterback? Probably not. There's not a team that probably needs Baker Mayfield, honestly. Yeah, everybody's got quarterbacks here. Oh my gosh. No, nobody needs Baker Mayfield. So you'd be lucky to get like an early second or something. So yeah, that would be luck at that point. Alternatively, at the 106, there is a range of running backs that you might be able to grab. For example, Chase Brown, at that spot could be a good fit for you. I'd also say like a Quinshawn Judkins. If you wanted to go all in, then you could do Christian McCaffrey there. If not McCaffrey, you could think about a Saquon Barkley. Obviously, I would trade the 106 for Javonte Williams if that's possible. I just think he's more valuable than that in most leagues, but your league might think differently. But that's how I would plan it out, man. You really have two pathways you can take here, right? On the War Room, when you see the stick and pick, that's the pathway of you just trusting the process, and you can go into the year and stick with all the players that you have, and if you're not a contender, you can sell these pieces. On the opposite side, if you want to sell your picks and really contend right now, you've already got Javonte, I apologize. And you want to contend right now, then you can go out and make a trade, for these running backs, the running backs at the 102 that I listed, the 103. Like hypothetically, if you were to get, just think about it, you add with your rookie picks, Ken Walker, James Cook, or let's say you add James Cook, Garrett Wilson, and Chase Brown. Look at this team. This team could definitely compete with those names in such a small league. But you have two different ways that you can go about it. Whatever suits you best, you go for. Let me know if you have any questions, man. If there's anything that I didn't answer, I would love to take some time now and make sure you feel good about your review and make sure that you're happy with it. So please let me know if there's anything I didn't answer well enough there. Awesome. Let me just let this person know real fast. Soldier Boy says, great job. I appreciate you, man. What's up, CD? What's Bucky's trade value right now in terms of picks? Probably like a mid to late 27 first. In 2026, it's probably like the 106 range. Somewhere around there. Okay. Appreciate you, Soldier Boy. Again, thanks for joining the community, man. You guys don't know how much I appreciate y'all showing love. Like, you really do allow me to really immerse myself in the content. It's true. Like I say it all the time, but it's true. I wouldn't be able to do what I do without the support of you guys. When you become a member, when you buy a playbook, right? So it truly does mean a lot, and I want you guys to know that I'm very grateful for your support. All right, say SS Pooster. I'm probably saying that wrong. We've got a team name of Scattaboo CTE Speedrun, which is crazy. This is a small league, man. A 10-team Superflex Start 9. That is a small league. That's a small starting lineup. We have got to have hammers across the board here, man. Our team rank is currently 7th on the site. We've got quarterbacks ranked 4th, 7th at running back and receiver, and 2nd at tight end. Okay, he says, I'm thinking of going with Lemon at the 102 and Tater Tyson, who's left at the 104. If Tate falls to the 104, I would have trade offer to get my next year's first back. I should that be something I entertain? I'm holding on to a lot of quarterbacks that I'm planning to drop if waiver wire gets hot in season. Okay. So, you don't have your first in 27. That will obviously impact, the way I look at a team and how I evaluate it. So I am going to keep that in mind here. Yeah, that'll be an interesting conversation that we'll need to have. Okay, let's start with your untouchables. Jaden Daniels is an untouchable. Trey McBride is an untouchable. Is there any tight end premium here? Is there any tight end premium? Let me know. Players that you should hold on a team like this. Malik Washington, for obvious reasons. We've talked about that today. Braylon Allen is definitely positioned to be the RB2 and a decent handcuff in Dynasty right now. Jacoby Brissett. You know, Jacoby Brissett could have some value. And this is going to sound weird, but Darnell Mooney could be a sneaky big winner from the draft this year. Players that you can drop. Isaiah Bond, I'm dropping off my teams. Joe Flacco, you can drop. Joe Milton, you can drop. Yeah, there's plenty of droppable names there. On the waiver wire, there ain't anything, brother. There's nothing on the waiver wire that really intrigues me. And that's okay. Okay, so putting together your starting lineup. Right now, you are starting Daniels, Dak, Scatterboo, Judkins, London, J-Mo, McBride. Then your two flexes are McCaffrey and Derrick Henry. So here's the thing. Right now, your bench is going to be full of these rookies. But you are really on a knife's edge here. You know, I expect at least 3 to 4 players to get injured each year on my Dynasty teams. And if that were to happen to you, you would struggle to fill a starting lineup. And that 27 first that someone else has might be pretty valuable. So right now, I'm going to operate as if you don't have that pick. And I'm going to call you a Windows open lineup. I'm going to give you an overall team grade. This is a weird one because you're in a little bit of a unique position. It's not a bad team. It's not a bad team, but I still think we're like C+ territory here with this one. Okay. Yeah, just a strange situation all the way around. Because you're in a difficult spot. But here's where I stand, Sparrow. How should I call you? Sepan? Is that the easiest way to say it? Here's where I stand. The fact that you have the combo of Daniels, Dak, CMC, Scat, London, McBride, those 6 players really make me feel like you should go out there and contend. You know, you could feasibly win a championship with those names. For me, at the 102, my player I would take here is Carnell Tate. You're saying you would go Lemon. I wouldn't take Lemon here, especially for a team like you where you need someone to have a high ceiling year one. So personally, I would take Tate and then I mean, I guess I'm confused by your strategy. I'm trying to think it through. Why would you take Lemon at the 102 unless you're just a Eagles fan or like a big Lemon guy? Because I would want to secure Tate. I think Tate has the best chance to be a big producer in year one, and you want to score points in year one. Lemon is going to take some patience, I would say. So, like, I'm personally at a point, Sep, where if you're telling me that you could do Tate and then Tyson, and you're worried that someone's going to take Lemon, for where you are right now, and look, I could be wrong, and Lemon could break out, but it's a low passing volume offense, and anyway, I think you're better off with Tate and Tyson on this team than you are with Tate and Lemon. That's just personally where I stand. But if someone is offering you your 27 first for next year, I think I would rather have the 104 this year. So no, I'm not entertaining that. Even if I'm not entertaining that personally. And the reason I'm not entertaining that is because I would rather have a locked and loaded top 4 pick in this year than a random one next year, and you're a good roster. You're probably going to win some games. So I love the 27 class, but I think that's, that would be gigabraining it a little bit too much. He says, Big Lemon Guy, open to going Tate at the 102. Look, ultimately, the whole goal of playing this game, and I say game because it is a game, the whole goal is to have fun. So I'm going to sit here and tell you my rankings would say to take Carnell Tate. But if you want to have fun and you go Lemon, I'm not going to judge you for it. But I think I would be sad if you missed out on Tate because you went Lemon there, just personally. But you go with your gut, man. You have fun with it. That'd be a great outcome. If Lemon ends up being there at the 104, even better because you love Makai Lemon. I mean, I'd rather have Tyson, but you love Makai Lemon, right? I would rather secure Tate and then just be happy with whatever fell to me. But either way, honestly, having that infusion of youth with Tate and Tyson on this team is exactly what you need. You really need some receivers that have the potential to really hit that upside. Alternatively, at the 102, this is where you can, it'll sound crazy, but in some leagues, you could probably trade this for a McMillan, depending on what people think about Carnell Tate or, this class as a whole. If not McMillan, you're probably not getting a... London is probably too ambitious. But if you don't get those guys, you might as well hold unless you want to compete because you could flip this into like a George Pickens. That's like if you're really ready to just go out and try and win it right now. Pickens is also probably available in that 104 range. That 104 range you probably could get at an Egbuka. At least he's in play. You might not be able to get him, but he's in play. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. Definitely not Will Fuller, sorry. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. So there's a couple ways that you can play this, really. That's how I would look at your team. Now, personally, you already have London on your team. Yeah, you're right. I apologize. Personally, I would say your team is probably good enough right now where I would lean on adding that infusion of youth, but you could also do a combination, Like, if you're able to get Carnell Tate and then Emeka Egbuka, that's probably a best case scenario for you. Carnell Tate, Chris Olave. So I don't mind a combination of them if you want to, kind of hedge your bets against the class. Does that make sense? But this is your game plan for your rookie draft. I went ahead and sent it to you or put it in the War Room text channel under the Land Leagues tab. So you will have access to this now. Again, all you have to do is join the Discord under the LAN tab, under the War Room. You will be able to kind of save this right here, right now, if you'd like to. Let me know if you have any questions or if any of that doesn't make sense. But with that being said, let's jump into the War Room and the chalkboard. I think most of this review was already kind of handled with the War Room. But if you are out mid-season, like if you're not contending for whatever reason, then ideally trade for your 27 first and we would trade away names like Christian McCaffrey. We would trade away names like Derrick Henry, right? We would trade away names like Quinshon Judkins. That's not how you spell Quinshon. Again, this is only if in season, you are in a tough spot. So I guess the easier way to kind of showcase this is probably by doing something like this. Right? But again, I'm not asking you to do this today. I'm just saying that's probably how you would try and get your pick back. if things don't go right. You have players that are good enough to acquire your pick is what I'm trying to say if things go wrong. Outside of that, I'm not opposed to like flipping Derrick Henry right now for like a Bashul Tootin, you know, kind of take a little less risk into the season with this team. And in a tight end premium, what's the tight end premium here? What's the tight end premium, Sep? Mac Daddy, I think that's going to be the case for a while, isn't it? I think in a year from now, people might regret not accepting these trades where they get these proven players. But right now, the idea of third overall drafted Jeremiah Love is just, it's so enticing. I mean, I fall into the trap as well, so I get it. But yeah. Yeah, let me know what the premium is here. It's a half-point premium. So my last idea here is Trey McBride and selling him and going to a Colston Loveland. I don't love this, but if you wanted to add, you know, you really can't do this in a start 9, man. You really can't. I mean, it would have to be something drastic. Like you would need to do like a James Cook swap with Derrick Henry. Like in this format, such a small league as well, it would have to be something really drastic. I'm not even sure James Cook is enough. Like maybe you want Ken Walker Devon Achane instead. I think I might just hold there. And this isn't so much if you are out these trades. These trades are, you can just explore them anyway, but yeah, do you know what I mean? Like this format, small league, small lineups, I just think you need a pretty drastic return. Like I might even ask like I send back Dak Prescott to get back Joe Burrow. You know, like it needs to be pretty drastic. But that'd be my game plan for you, man. I'm probably contending. I am adding the youth, contending. And if things go south in season, I've got plenty of players I can trade away from my 27 first. Let me know if you got any questions there. I appreciate the Sep. Thanks for joining the community. As you may have heard already tonight, your team playbook, everything we talked about tonight, it'll be customized for you and sent to you within the next 3 to 4 business days. So just be in tune with the advice tab on your on the website. He says, sounds good, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks for supporting the show. I appreciate you big time. Okay, probably the last playbook of the day. Unless anybody decides to purchase one while I'm doing this playbook, is from A Fear This. Let me know if you're in the chat, A Fear This. And that is your team name as well as your username. You are currently ranked 12th. Oof, yikes. You're ranked dead last. It's a super flex. This is our most common lineup. 12 team, start 10, right? That's the most common thing that we see right now. You're currently ranked 9th at quarterback on the site, 6th at running back, 11th at receiver, and 1st at tight end. You said, inherited this team, just not sure what exactly to do. Wide receivers looking a little rough. No first-round picks. Down tier Bowers or a running back. Okay. Oh, you inherited this team and it doesn't have its own 27 first-round pick? That is not cool. Windows open has got to be the pathway here. Like, without your own 27 first, I know you inherited the team. It's probably not your fault, but you got to go out there and try and contend, man. Your starting lineup would be Herbert, Love. It's okay. Chase Brown, McCaffrey. Jameson, DJ is tough. Then Brock Bowers. And you have 3 flex spots you have to account for. And I guess that is Saquon, Dobbins. Ugh. This is tough one, man. This is a tough one. Whoever's given you this roster has put you in a really difficult position. They've not really helped you out here, unfortunately, my friend. They have definitely made your life difficult, is probably the easiest way to say this. Okay, your only untouchable is Brock Bowers. However, I don't see a scenario in which we are able to keep him. With the holes on this roster, can you tell me what the premium is so I know what we should get back in return? I don't see how you keep him, man. J.K. Dobbins is a player I'd like to hold with the holes on this roster. Trey Tucker. You need some random flexes here. Gunnar Helm is going to step into some work, I think. And then the last player I would keep is probably Jordan James. I still think he's the RB2 in San Francisco this year. You can drop Kenny McIntosh. I don't really see a reason to hold him. You can drop Devin Singletary. I don't see a reason to hold him. You could add Arian Smith there. You could add those guys on the waiver wire. Ooh, brother, go pick up Joe Mixon. He's probably a nothing burger, but if Joe Mixon signs late to a team like, okay, let's think about this. Imagine Joe Mixon in 2 weeks from now as a Commander. Like, there's still some spots. Imagine Seattle signs Joe Mixon. Oh, that would be so annoying. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's still spots where you could see him being a fantasy relevant player. Even though it is unlikely, I will admit. He's the only guy on the waiver wire I'm really interested in. Okay, got to be honest with you. Without your own first-round pick, with no picks this year at all that are going to help you, this team's in a bad spot. Okay, I don't want you to take offense to this. You just purchased, you just took over this team. So, don't take it the wrong way. I just think you're in a really bad spot. I think this is a D- team right now. This team is not in a very good position. With that in mind, if you were to go to the second round, right now at the 206, let's think about this for a second. I'm just thinking about who's available at the 206 in your format. So at the 206 right now, Antonio Williams, Nicholas Singleton, maybe that's a reach. I don't think Jonah Coleman's going to be available, but he's there. This would probably be Dazon Stribling range. Point is, it's this year more than ever, it's almost impossible to project what the best player available would be. Now, here's the thing, man. That 206 is not worth much. Like, I don't even think you can go get a Chris Godwin. Honestly. I don't think you get a Parker Washington. This would be ideal. If you're in the chat and you can think of a name, then let me know. Like, you might be able to get with this class. Shoot, man. Like a Jalen Coker. No, that sounds really low, but I don't think like a Sutton is realistic. Yeah. I gotta be real with you. I don't know that that's really an outcome that's possible. This class, people, we were asking Shedeur Sanders at the 203 on yesterday's stream, and people weren't sure what their answer was. You realistically, you could maybe take a swing on like an Ayuk and hope that he signs with the Commanders, but it's rough out here, man. It's rough. It's not a huge game plan, but that is probably how I would operate if I had your rookie picks and in your position. You can find that over on the Discord. Under the LAN tab, you will see the War Room text channel. Okay? And that is where your War Room is currently at if you want to save it. Okay, let's go to the chalkboard. My friend. I don't see a scenario in which you keep Brock Bowers, okay? I can't see a scenario where Brock Bowers is on this team and you're competing. Your team is just too weak across the board. The good thing for you is that it's a full point premium, which means if you're selling Brock Bowers right, it should take a king's ransom. It should. In a full point premium, Brock Bowers is probably a top 6 startup pick. Okay, so we would love to go to Colston Loveland. You know, is that possible? Who has Colston Loveland? Let's find out. So, for example, could you pull off something crazy like Colston Loveland, Emeka Egbuka, right? Something like, what the heck is that? Let's try again. Emeka Egbuka. Come on. There we go. You know, something like that would be very beneficial to your team. I'd love to tell you to add on, you know, a Breece Hall, but that's probably asking too much. Maybe the most you could do is adding Breece Hall, but then you're going to have to go back and send them J.K. Dobbins, like at minimum, and that's probably not going to be enough for them. Egg book. Okay, so staying in the Loveland range is ideal. Not always going to be possible, though. Alternatively, you could go like, oof. See, I don't really want to do the idea of like a James Cook, Garrett Wilson, Jake Ferguson. I don't like that. Let's keep looking. Okay. Okay, so Tyler Warren, and we'll add a plus onto Tyler Warren. All right. You could get more for him than Loveland. Well, first off, if Tyler Warren and Ashton Genty is possible, then that's a no-brainer. Assuming that isn't possible, because I would be shocked if it is, you could go the route of Warren plus Marvin Harrison plus a 27 first, and then we're going to do a Joe Burrow and a Jordan Love swap. You cannot undervalue Brock Bowers. If these trades are not available, you can't undersell him. You know, even if you don't get a trade done today, my friend, you have to play the game in September, not right now. Harold Fannin plus Drake London would be awesome. I mean, shoot, maybe you could get, you know, Josh Jacobs thrown on there if you could. Can you send back that 206? Does that get over the line? If not, can we send back, you know, we talked about it earlier, like J.K. Dobbins. So that would be great for you. Yep. Not a lot of options beyond that, unfortunately, because we can't tear down too far. Yeah, those would be your main options. Alternatively, the way that you completely reset is you get your 2027 first. And in this format, you probably need like +3 future firsts. So you probably need 4 firsts in total. And that gives you the flexibility to say, okay, let's just go ahead and, go all out and be terrible this year, right? Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you have any final questions here, Afir. But hopefully that was helpful, man. And sorry you're in a tough position here. Whoever let you in this league kind of put you in a bad spot. But not something that you can't get out of completely. You know, there is still hope here. It's just tough. It's just a tough one. But again, dude, I appreciate you letting me look at the team. Very, very kind of you. And, yeah, y'all are awesome. It's been fun hanging out. A couple things that you guys need to know. First off, the rookie tear down tool is available on the Flock site. This is a tool that tells you how to tear down from every first round pick. Tomorrow, I'm going to update the rookie report. There'll be projections for rookies, brand new rankings, a couple new profiles. And I'm going to release another tool that will help you guys in your rookie drafts. Awesome. Thanks. Would you get rid of any of my main running backs? If you get, like, the only reason I would move them is if you get this Brock Bowers deal done. And if you get that Brock Bowers deal done, then you're selling Saquon for a first, McCaffrey for a first, Chase Brown for a first, right? You're stripping it apart. You know, if you were to be able to do that, you move Bowers and those 3 running backs, hypothetically, you should have a total of like 7 future first-round picks. And then your entire team is bad. And then you might as well look at selling Jordan Love and Justin Herbert, and you would go full rebuild at that point. Right? So yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. This was a fun stream, and we're doing it all again tomorrow night. Sammy will be here in the Bravo League. We'll be in a real league. Of course, if you guys want to support the show, then I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to become a promo code LAND annual Mother Flocker member. All right. You get a team review. You get the game plan for your rookie draft. You get into a LAND community league, the rookie report, all the tools I'm about to release for you guys on the site. All the Discord exclusives. It really is, number one, the best way for you to help support myself and keep me going here at Dynasty Land Football, but also the best perks that you can possibly get back in return. But Mr. Mills says, gonna have to eat the Singleton hate. Look, guys, I've already told you that I'm annoyed, but I will be having Singleton higher in my rankings than I anticipated. To be very clear, that is because this entire class sucks. That does not mean that Nick Singleton's a good player, okay? In fact, if you look at historical hit rates, a round 5 running back is under a 20% hit, okay? So Nick Singleton is somehow a 2nd/3rd round pick. In a normal class, he's a 4th rounder. This class is so bad that, yeah, I'm going to have some Nick Singleton, unfortunately. Nothing you can do about it. Guys, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for all the love today. I really, really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. Everybody who's become a member, everybody who has shown support, gotten a trade question on the site, got a team playbook on the site. I'll be live again tomorrow. Would love for you to come join me. I'll look at your teams. I'll help you come with the game plan. And, go check out landleagues.com. There are some orphans available there. If you go to the public leagues tab, you'll see some orphans there. You'll see some people trying to fill up dynasty leagues. But that's it for today. And I'll see you guys in the stream tomorrow. We have Dynasty Rookie Rankings, my final version, coming out tomorrow morning. Tomorrow will be a great day. Stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you got your notifications on, and I'll see you then. Nothing but love.